Uh-huh.
Around a bitch like me, I'm Matilda with the pussy. The fuck? Any hoe that you fuck with, her throwback gonna stink. Her coochie gonna be crusty. Her drawers gonna be soggy. It ain't gonna be no reason. You pull up over the bitch crib, boom, windows getting busted out. Your tire on flat. You can't fuck over nobody like me. Cause you always gonna need somebody like me and ain't nobody like me. No, some real shit. You be like, did you put a spell on me? I ain't gotta put a spell on your ham ass nigga. You cursed. Fuck. Cause my intentions was good. My intentions always pure.
Just trying to get these mics tested real quick. Again, a Yeti. Rock steady. Tell about it. I say Yeti. Rock steady. 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Just want to make sure these mics is on point. Make sure I got my. Yeah, that's how I like it. Looking sweet. I said you could tell by the way and rock steady. Yeti. All right, I just want to real quick just start this off, just get the mics warmed up. I guess I have a question for just the WNBA fans. Do you think realistically, if you was a LA Sparks fan, would you be cool with? I guess if you was a point guard, if you was Lexi Brown, matter of fact, to be a little bit even more per se, because she is a podcaster, talk crazy on Gilbert Arenas show. A lot of people don't give her no real smoke, but for the whole LA Sparks team to be rooting to get the number 1 draft pick and not to get the number 1 draft pick, and actually they wanted Paige Becker. They didn't get Paige Becker. They was defeated. Everybody in the draft show was kind of in their feelings because they didn't get Paige Beckers, because realistically, of course, the number 1 draft pick 9 times out of 10 will be Paige Beckers. I don't necessarily know how that's going to work out with the Dallas Wings because they already got Enrique, so I kind of don't know how that one is going to actually play out as well. But I mean, we're going to see. I looked at it and I was kind of like, damn, I don't know how I would feel if I'm Lexi Brown and I'm looking at my entire team geeking to get the number 1 draft pick, and the number 1 draft pick 9 times out of 10 plays the same exact position as me. So it was kind of almost felt like they was rooting ready to push you out of the door. It's like you could. And I do feel like a lot of people give a lot of smoke, especially, of course, the Angel Reese for having her podcast, but nobody really don't have a real conversation about how Lexi Brown could just sit on Gilbert Arenas and talk all day long, talk about everything up under the blue moon, but don't hold her to the same standard that you looking to hold anybody else to. But yeah, that's just it. I just wanted to kind of just warm the mics up real quick. I ain't had no real crazy conversation about that. Your mic good?
Yes, good.
All right. Question: have you seen that? What's that joint called? What was it? Is it Alex Cross?
No, I heard it was good though.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet neither, but I just wanted to. I kind of wanted to bring it to your attention because I felt like that was something that I just seen a lot of people talking about it, and I was like, dang, that's something that realistically we probably should start watching and just doing our recaps on it every week. I don't know how many episodes it is or how they doing it. Is it because I know it is an Amazon Prime thing, but do Amazon they normally drop their episodes all at one time, or they normally break it down weekly?
No, I think it's normally weekly.
All right, so yeah, that make it easy because I do feel like it's way harder to kind of do the reviews on it when they kind of jumble all that and when they kind of just leave it like how how Netflix do it. Netflix kind of just leave it up there for you to binge watch. I do feel like it's a lot harder to realistically do breakdowns on those type of shows because it's just be like you don't even kind of know which episodes. I mean, of course, you can always start with episode 1, but it's just never realistically. I don't know how you start or where to actually even start at when you kind of trying to break those shows down. I did. What is it? It was something that I wanted. What was it on the top of my head that I really wanted to start with this week? I'm trying to remember.
Oh no, they might be all on.
All on there now?
It's like 8 episodes.
Oh, already out on there?
Yeah.
Damn. We could just take it like 2 episodes a week. I know for a fact ain't no way in the world I'm trying to watch all of them Johnson in 1 week. unless it's really absolutely just that good that I gotta watch all of them.
I heard it was. Somebody said they.
No,
I
I've seen a lot. No, I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and that's what made me sit here and say, "Dang!" As soon as I seen that many people talking about it, I was kind of like, "All right, this is." I feel like this is something that you gotta almost talk about. Like you kind of cannot miss out on talking about. So I was just like, I know that's something that we gotta talk about. So I'm definitely gonna watch the jump, but I just didn't know how it was coming out. I seen people just talking about, but I haven't seen nobody do like no real like super long deep dives on it. That's why I didn't know if it was like all out at one time. Real quick, I guess I can start with this balloon jump because this was hilarious.
Your answers were just as good as you look. But I have one more question for you, though. Before I decide if I actually pop my balloon, could you give me a kiss?
What did you say?
Shit.
You want what?
I want a kiss.
To know if it's a good kiss or something?
Something like that. I just want to see if it's easy.
You are not licking your lips?
Wow.
Let me see if you go shamelessly. Should you say someone shaking ass? Well, let's see now.
Like on your cheek?
On the cheek.
Forehead?
Don't play with me. Give me a kiss.
Come in.
You know what?
But the game was 5
The
minutes.
reason why I kissed her because I was gonna choose her anyway.
But okay. But I'm transgender.
What?
God have mercy upon us.
Like you was born a dude?
Yeah.
You fucking lying, bro.
Your answers were just.
Yo, you know what's so messed up? Because when I'm looking at the joint and I'm kind of just looking at the video, just pause, no homo. That's probably the second best looking woman on the joint, and that's the messed up part. I felt bad for him, but that's kind of your point. It's his fault for being so horny. It's like if you gonna really just geek out and be just that horny, I mean, you kind of get what it's your fault. Like you jumped out there, and that's why all the other women popped their balloon. And he didn't even listen to when she sit here and said she wanted to see how easy you was, because it was like, I don't even necessarily like on that show. I mean, if that was who you was going to choose, then that's who you was going to choose. But it was just like, damn, I felt for him because it's like you almost feel like you gotta crash out, but then it's like, all right, cool. If you don't want to catch no charges. I feel like anybody watching this, even if you did crash out, even the police, I hope that they would shoot you some bail because I hope that wouldn't even be considered a hate crime.
It's a hate crime.
How? Because you didn't like. I think it would be a hate crime if you gave me a heads up and it just we was in a room together and then I just beat you up because you sit here and say, "Hey, I'm a transgender." But if you sitting here saying he literally, I mean, it ain't like they tongue kiss, but you still kiss this man. I mean, it's his fault because I mean, if you going on the show and you just gonna be that horny, I mean, that's on you. But it's still like, dag, dog, like you ain't even give that man no type of heads up. Like,
I mean, was she supposed to on there? Do you believe it? You think that was?
I don't know, because I'm just looking at it like.
So you wouldn't have gave her a kiss? And she was like, "Oh, let me get a kiss." You would have been like, "No."
I mean, no. Listen, if I listen, I guess this is what the messed up part about this. If his answer was true, where he was sitting here saying that was gonna be the person he was gonna choose anyway. Me personally, I'm just looking at it's like 5 women on there. I probably would have went with the girl right beside her with the leggings on because she just to me just looked better in the face, and they kind of both was like the same body type. Like they both was kind of like thick. Pause again, no Diddy. Like it just. Damn, I felt for him, dog. But it was because it was just like, you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. That's man, that's why you got it. I sent the video to the homegirl. I'm like, that's why y'all got to play it a little bit more safe and get you something organic because when it get too thick, it get tricky, dog. And that's just the truth. Like that, like let's be clear. Like it was just she got one of them crazy, dumb, stupid butts that's just like ridiculously big, and it's just like, damn, I felt for him because it's like. Even if you didn't crash out, let's say you took the high road, you don't crash out, and you just felt like, all right, cool, this is not the real regular red pop the balloon jump. It is some knockoff jump, so this ain't the one that normally go viral. So it's like maybe you just felt like, all right, cool, I'm not gonna crash out. I'm gonna just take it on the chin. It was my fault. I was out of pocket. It wasn't no tongue kiss. It was just like a little peck on the lips. Damn, that was still tough.
So what would you do? What would you do?
Man, I feel like you got to crash. The sad thing is, and this is just me personally, and I feel like I maybe need to just go like to like a. Take like some boxing classes or something because I be in my brain just be feeling like I just need to crash out just like and get it out my system because I just be like because you know how like some days like in your every day to day and you kind of just be thinking like damn I'm just ready to snap and like I just be having those moments like it can be even just like something on the internet that just like irritate the hell out of me and just be like I'd be almost feeling like, damn, if I knew some of these people in the comment section, I just really would want to crash out on them and just get it out my system. Like that, and that to me is when it get that bad and it's scary. And that's why I always tell everybody kind of be like polite to people, because I think every day, I don't think I'll be the only person that be like that close to the edge. I think a lot of people be probably feeling the way I feel. And that's why I kind of just try to be polite to people, because I'm like, I know I can't be the only, even when I be in the sauna in the gym, I be like, I know I can't be the only person on the edge sometimes where it's like, and that's why I'm heavy on reading people body language. Like I was in the sauna today, and it was just so funny to see how like white people can kind of get like it was when I first went into the sauna, it was like two older white dudes in there, not like super old, like the old horny old white men, but it was like maybe like middle age, like maybe like probably pushing their 50s probably. And they, like when they was in there together, you can kind of just see them like they was like a little bit more uppity. They was happy. They was in the sauna, but then it was like one of the dudes left out of the sauna, and then it was like three black niggas coming in, and it was kind of, I can see the other white guy, like his shoulders kind of started to drop down a little bit. He kind of got a little bit more antsy. He started to look around a little bit more, and it was just like, I just pay attention to people, and I kind of just be wondering like how many people really be kind of just like close to the edge or kind of nervous or ready to just drop. Like, so just going tying it back into this conversation is like, if I'm this dude, it's like, even if you take the high road, then when it's live and it actually happens, let's just sit here and say, cool, you're not homophobic, you can deal with it, you take your ill and you blame it on yourself for even giving her a kiss. Cool. But then what do you do when it goes viral now and everybody in your family see it, all your friends see it? Because now it's like everybody see it. So it's like the jokes come even harder, because if I personally don't know, they didn't tag the dude, like it's going viral, ain't nobody tagging him or nothing. So it's kind of like, all right, I mean, it's safe on the internet right now, but your personal, like people personally know you. It don't matter how much viral you go and nobody don't tag you. Somebody who actually got your phone number seen this video at this point. Because excuse me, all the blogs and picked it up, from the high blogs to the low blogs, everybody picked it up. So somebody you personally know have seen this video now. So it's kind of like, because now as a man, now again, it's just, that's where your ego and your pride gonna bounce in, because let's say again, if you walked away that day, now everybody trolling you, your friends, your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, whoever you personally got in your contact, especially if you got like a big family, y'all in a group chat and everybody start like, because in a family group chat, people gonna let the F-bomb go and they gonna kind of just drag it to you. So it's like, now you're gonna really be mad that you didn't crash out.
So you gonna crash out after, or you just gonna?
I mean, you can do now, because if you didn't, I mean, if you just left it as B, then you just gotta take your L. Like,
so you're not gonna like. What if it was a friend? They just keep clowning. You gonna go off on your friend?
Nah, because how can you go off on your friend? It's you let it happen. That ain't your friend fault. Your friend will get these jokes off regardless. So it's not like you can't be mad at your friend for getting these jokes off, and it was you who did it. Like, you was the horny man. You was the one who wanted to give up this kiss. Like, man, that's why you gotta be careful on the internet, dog. That's why I'm not gonna lie to you. One, if you are the older you get, I hope some of you men get smarter with age and you kind of go for the women who already got kids. Like, that's what I'm not gonna lie to you. This day and age on social media, man, stretch marks and goddamn kids is the way to go. If you, especially,
what if they don't have stretch marks? Not everybody got stretch marks just because they got kids. So who's to say they had the kids?
I'm gonna need to see some baby pictures. I told you, I think we talked about this on here before, when a girl tried to sit here and tell me she had kids and didn't have no baby pictures. Like, I was like, bro, no, I'm cool. I don't believe it. You're not about to claim some grown person and be like, oh, this is my daughter, whatever the case may be, and she 20-some years old, and you don't have no baby pictures with you and her, like none at all. Like, stop, dog. I'm not about to believe. I'm not going for that one. If you don't have no baby pictures, like, especially in this day and age, like, now if you sit here saying, I feel like if you got a kid 10 and younger, how long Instagram been out? Since 2015, it's 23, some almost. So if you got a kid, what I'm gonna say, shit, if you got a kid 15 and under, you at least should have some type of pictures on the internet, with a baby bump, a birthday, a baby shower or something, first birthday, something, you giving birth. Like, it's just that we live in that day and age. I don't even care if you sit here saying I'm not a super social media person. Though you took a picture, at least you talking about, you did not skip every step of your 9 months and didn't take not one picture. I don't believe it. If you telling me that's how you give it, I don't want to believe it. I'm cool. I'll pass. Next. I'm not going for it. Ain't no way in hell you telling me you an entire 9 months and absolutely did not take not one picture. Nah, I'm not going for it, dog. There's no way in hell you're not even gonna set me up to believe this one. I do want to play this clip of Cam Newton. I feel like the going to back to the Dr. Brian Jones originally. I feel like I still gotta kind of play it, even though it did happen like Monday on the Breakfast Club. I do feel like it still need to be played, but I'm gonna play this one of him and Trina because this is more recent.
as a woman and a man, if you don't want to be in a relationship, then why not just stay single? So when I met my husband, I just got to learn a different value of what it takes and what you really want as a man. If you really want to be truthful and honest to your wife or your girlfriend or fiance or whatever, you will be. If you want to cheat and play around and do malicious, crazy things, you will. And a woman can't change that or make you do that. You have to want to do that. And I learned that in all of my years of living and learning and finding inspiration. You stuck? Yeah, Jazzy. Yep.
But I'm over. You was in your bag just then, and I just wanted to let you, you know what I'm saying, unpack all that. But I had no idea you was even married.
No?
On everything I love.
Oh, okay. Well,
that ain't no disrespect to.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a beautiful, like.
Thank you.
Like you was in there. You was like, hold on.
Because it's real. It's just like something that I'm living with for real right now in my life. And I've learned a lot and I've seen a lot and I've been happy and disappointed a lot. Mm-hmm.
I asked you a simple question about
inspiration.
An influential male.
Yeah. It's
and you said, boom, your husband. Mm-hmm. And then you goes and goes and goes.
To the whole,
la, la, la,
that's a real emotion and a feeling.
Real shit.
Because you know, y'all guys. Y'all got a lot going on. Y'all guys have a lot going on. Y'all have really ruined the dynamic of love and what it is. Understand?
So real quick, just I guess just to kind of double back, and that's why I feel like I gotta kind of come right with that one. But just to kind of unpack that one, I do think one realistically for Cam Newton. The crazy thing will be realistically 9 times out of 10, most guests, especially if they are female guests, they come up probably for the rest of the year. Most of them won't get their shots off on him. Like he got to kind of know that one is going to come off. And I do like his comeback, even with Trina realistically, because I am one of those people where it's kind of like, because I probably watch too many podcasts. That's the only reason why I know that Trina even is married, because I believe, what was that clip maybe 2 weeks ago where she was sitting here talking about, what was it? I forgot what show was she on. I can't remember what show she was on, but she was basically sitting here saying her husband had to basically check in with her before he made any type of purchases. So but what Cam Newton said, being honestly, if I don't listen to, if I didn't take in as much content as I did, I wouldn't know that Trina was married because it never was a big thing. So I'm with Cam. I kind of get it where it's like, yeah, you can take shots at me because my relationship is public. My, I guess my behavior outside of the relationship, it may trickle back into my relationship. The public knows about it because at least they know that I'm in a relationship to kind of be able to, for you to even be able to know that I'm disrespecting my girlfriend, where it's like, all right, cool. Trina, you sitting here saying you married. And if people don't keep up with content like I do, wouldn't even know that you married. So I do like what he kind of said. I like his, I guess, kind of like a little bit of a pushback to it, I guess, if that's what you're going to call it. But I do think Cam Newton realistically got to know every woman is kind of going to come up there moving forward. It's definitely looking to have that slam dunk moment. I'm not even going to hold you. It's realistically, it's almost undeniable. You got to kind of know that one is going to happen. Give me 1 second while I'm looking for.
But what do that have to do with it, though? Just because you don't know that she's married?
Because Trina's, she's a public figure.
Right, but I mean, so what she's saying, you feel like what she's saying is irrelevant because, or that's what he's saying because nobody even knew she was married?
Yeah, I think a little bit. Yes, I do. I kind of do agree with that. I do think it's kind of irrelevant just because realistically, it's like you can't have this high and mighty and say how a man should treat his woman, and you in a relationship but people don't know you. You in a relationship. You are married. So I shouldn't have to listen to a podcast to know that you're married. I should be able to go to your social media page, or realistically, because you are Trina, it should have been such a big deal even when it comes to the wedding, because you done Love and Hip Hop and all that. So let's not make it like you some private person, because shit, I'm sure me and you, if we take a second, we can name off at least 5 different niggas that we know that Trina did dated before. So if I know 5 random niggas you didn't date it, there's no way in hell I shouldn't know that you married.
But the rules don't matter. The rules don't change. Or I'm not gonna say the rules, but that shouldn't change because you didn't know I was married. That's my opinion of what it is.
I hear what you're saying, but I think a lot of times, especially even when we're talking about just, I guess, even when we pull up, when I'm about to play this clip of even, yes, Jazzy beforehand, before she was in a married relationship with Cam Newton, and then even to go back into the one with Dr. Brown was on the Breakfast Club and she was sitting here talking about it. I think people kind of look at it where it's like, you can't have this great advice or have these hot takes and don't walk it the same way how we judge a pastor, the same way everybody's super judgmental when it comes to Jamal Bryant or come to TD Jakes or any of these other pastors, how we look for them to walk their walk and to walk it like you talk it. I feel the same way about a podcaster or anybody who get on use their platforms to speak on relationship stuff. You can't speak on relationship stuff and then get in a relationship and then do that complete opposite.
But she not doing. Who's doing the complete opposite? She's not.
You're not kind of you are, because it's like if you're not, I'm not gonna sit here and say she had in her marriage, but it's not as public as her relationship with it was when she was in a relationship with Wayne.
Because he might not be a public figure, but that don't mean I'm not living what I'm preaching because you don't know who it is. I feel like the rules still apply.
All right, well, I'm gonna play 2 clips. I'm gonna play this old clip of Yes Jazzy, and then I'm gonna play this clip of Dr. Bryant when she was on the Breakfast Club on Monday.
And you resistant, my beautiful women, real quick. The man you with ain't sweating you, doesn't adore you. He got you chasing after his ass. Let that nigga go. You gotta argue with his ass about why he ain't call you back or why he ain't text you back in a timely fashion. Let that nigga go. If he doesn't notice you anymore, he didn't tell you how fine you would look. Give you a little slap on the ass. He's falling off. You still claiming his ass? You know you a catch? You know you bringing shit to the table? You know you a good ass, quality ass woman? You know you got that snapper? Let that nigga go. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna meet you a fine ass man who loves the shit out of you, adores the fuck out of you. You laughing more, bitch. Smile is brighter. Hey y'all, is happiest. He gonna see that and he ain't gonna like it. But guess what, bitch? His loss, too late. Skipping off into the sunlight with the nigga that treats you right. You know what you gotta do. Let that nigga. I'm beautiful. Resistant, but Cam had to answer a lot of questions in his household. Cam had a lot of stuff. He had a lot of different conversations he had to have with that woman. Mm-hmm. Whether she wants to come out on social media and wear the mask she's been wearing, that mask is off at home.
Yeah. Cam said that, it affected his relationship with his first 2 baby moms and his current situation. So you feel any remorse for that? Or?
No. Because I'm here to interrupt that pattern. No. Yeah. Like the shit should have been interrupted a long time ago. I think that Jazz got herself into something that, one, she didn't understand that she was getting herself into. And I think she would love to backpedal if she could. A lot of women, especially Black women, stay because they don't want to be a product of a broken house. Yeah. And they don't want to be a single mom. Who wants to be a statistic? And it's not because he has kids. It's because this man is not honoring you. Yeah. He's disrespecting you. And he's not only doing it privately, he's doing it publicly. He's not even allowing it to be pillow talk. Like, you have no respect at all for this woman who you not only have a child with, but you are in a relationship. Cam was resistant, but Cam had to answer a lot of questions.
Yeah, so like I said, I think that's one of the reasons why I think a lot of women will come on his show and continuously shoot at him, because I think a lot of women kind of look at this and be like, just like, I get it. Like, if I'm any woman and I see the way he kind of violating her and she don't have no real backbone, I'm not mad at no woman for coming on the show and kind of wanting to put their 2 cents into it. Like, or kind of throw shots at him and kind of make him have to sit in front of me and kind of is almost like, all right, now you're in front of me. Let's have real talk, because it's like, he ain't gonna lie. He do show. He make her look crazy, and he make her look so crazy is to the point where I don't necessarily know if she could ever realistically kind of even can she come back from this? Like, I don't know if she can have a career anymore after his show, because his podcast, he didn't got a lot of momentum on his show, and he kind of just second-handedly embarrassed her every opportunity he get. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, but it's like, how can she come back to that now? Like, how could she realistically come back, and what content is she gonna have now? Like, what's gonna be her level of content now where it's like you kind of just allowed this man to realistically just embarrass you to the world? Like, what's your comeback to that? Like, I don't even feel like, I feel like you kind of what's that little joke that was going viral when the girl was like, girl, you got to get up. Like, she got to get up or something, dog. Like,
what's her content now, though?
She don't post no more. Like, I mean, she might post like on her Insta story, but she don't post like that no more. Not how she used to.
I think, what if everybody's in an uprage and she's okay with it? Like, what if everybody cares and they putting their 2 cents in, but she already know what she dealing with, so she don't really care.
No, listen to what I'm saying. I think people know that. Yeah, it's cool. I don't think people care if she's okay with it. I think people are upset with her because you like the pastor. You're not living you're not living the faith that you was telling you were preaching on this pulpit. That's it. I'm looking at it the same way people feel about a pastor not living what he's preaching on the pulpit every Sunday. That's how they judging her. Because it's how many pastors out here who cheat on their wife. They okay with it. Them niggas don't care. They still get on this joint every Sunday and still preach the gospel, knowing he cheating on his wife every Sunday. That don't mean it's wrong. I mean, it don't mean it's right. Just because she okay with it and she can tolerate it, yeah, that's cool. You can tolerate it, but that don't make it okay because you sitting here tolerating getting cheated on. You still kind of look nuts. Like, I don't just like, to me, it ain't, no relationship should be worth you packing in your principles and morals. I think that's one of the probably the biggest things that anybody should take away from this whole Cam Newton situation is kind of just watching this woman realistically. You just throw away your principles and morals. Like, it's cool. It's like if you okay with dealing with it, but realistically, it just seems to the world that you're okay dealing with it because this man is financially okay. And I think that's realistically, and I'm not mad at her if that's what you feel like. It's 2024. We only maybe a month out from 2025. I feel like that is the sad thing is where the world is actually going, or the world is already at, where it's realistically, hey, I don't care about my principles and morals. I don't care about how much what I believed in beforehand. I'm tired of working. I found the man who will sit here and allow me to just be a stay-at-home mom. And I just maybe have to put up with him cheating. I'm cool with that. And I'm sure 9 times out of 10 she may be. I don't necessarily know because, like I said, she don't create content. She don't do interviews no more. She just, I mean, she's momming and she might pop up on the IG story like once in a blue moon. But to me, it's still kind of sad. Like, damn, you kind of realistically everything that you just stood on, you kind of threw it out the window because okay, Cam got a bag.
But it's a lot of women, just regular women out here doing the same thing. So.
For sure. Okay, no, listen, be clear. I'm 100% positive, but it don't make it right. And I think that is the times where we live into, that's where the world has got so much where it's like, oh, everybody else would do it, so it's okay. I don't think that's right. I think that's even the reason why the world is so soft now, because everybody else is not beating their kids. Everybody stop beating their kids. I'm sure you be out and you see some kids that need their ass whooped. Mm-hmm. But you would be, because we live in a time where it's like, nobody beat their kids no more. It's okay. I get it. That's where just think about, that's where we realistically are at as just a society where it's like, because everybody else stopped beating their kids, nobody don't beat their kids no more. So because everybody else is okay with tolerating, like, yeah, I ain't dealing with Cam Newton with 100 music because Tiffany around the corner dealing with Tyrone, and Tyrone only make $80,000 a year and he ain't shit. And that's why everybody's okay with just finding me an ain't shit nigga who gonna make my life a little bit easier. Like, that's not how it realistically should be, but everybody, 9 times out of 10, the sad thing is the majority of the world has put money over principles and morals. The stuff that you know for a fact to eat you up inside and live. And I think that's the only good thing for some men. I ain't gonna say all men, because some men don't have no type of pride or no ego. But for most men, they can't put their pride and the ego to the side. And if you are a man and you listening to this right now, bro, don't put your pride in the side. So whatever's eating you alive as a man, that little bit of sense of pride that you still got, bro, still allow that shit to get to the best of you. Because after you lose that, you might as well clip your dick. You ain't got no type of testosterone left. Yeah, when you can sit here and clip your ego and your pride, and that shit don't eat you up at night, or it don't eat you up in the moment, and you just really ready to just lose it all, bro. I don't know what to tell you, because I'm not gonna lie. I do be thinking sometimes there are a lot of scenarios that people should be willing to kind of lose it all. And I guess, I mean, I don't normally like to get that somber in the show early, but I feel like, I mean, right here where we kind of at, I feel like I got to, because when I heard this story, I was like, when you hear these stories, like, yeah, it's cool. Like, everybody want to be sad. Everybody throw the thoughts and prayers. And of course, I'm sending all my condolences to the parents and to the kid that got to deal with this. But I ain't gonna lie. When you hear these type of stories, I want to hear somebody going to jail next. Because I just, and that's some of the reasons why I'd be like, I'm glad I ain't a parent, because it's certain things I just got to go to jail for, dog. I'm sorry. And I think a lot of y'all should, especially if you bringing kids in the world, you should be willing to go to jail for certain things. And this story right here, you should want to go to jail.
After an incident at a local elementary school. The mother's post about this online has since gone viral. Meanwhile, the school district is saying the students were, quote, horseplaying. Our Alexis Wainwright spoke with those parents exclusively and shares their story tonight. Alexis?
Well, Simone, I spoke with the parents who say they're angry, hurt, and confused, but they're also thankful that their son is still here. And tonight they're calling for transparency and answers from the Charles County Public School District.
If you look at my son, he has marks under his eyes. Like blood vessels.
He still has bruises on his neck from being choked.
It's hard to hide emotion as these two parents who don't want to be identified talk about their son. They're hoping for answers after they say their son was hung by a 4th grade student in the boys' bathroom Friday.
He's traumatized. It's going to take time. This is not something that he's going to get over just overnight.
Paperwork from the hospital lists one of his injuries as a neck contusion, which is caused by blunt trauma.
After an incident at a
The 7-year-old is a 2nd grader at C. Paul Barnhart Elementary School in Waldorf. Charles County Public Schools says they're aware of the incident and sent a statement saying, in part, 2 of our students were reportedly horseplaying in a school bathroom when one student's jacket got caught on a stall door hook. The student was not able to free themselves, and the other student involved was also not able to help them.
It doesn't make sense to me. If you're horseplaying, how do you get caught on a hook? Like, we need answers. I want answers, and we won't stop until we get answers.
And now the parents say they're sharing their side of the story in hopes of preventing this from happening to anyone else.
My son did tell me that when they were in the bathroom, he said that the little boy told him, I'm going to show you how I did people back in the day. That's why I feel like it's bullying, because it's no telling how many other kids this has happened to.
And they want the school district to step up.
I want to see a policy in place.
The 7-year-old is a 2nd.
See, at least hallway monitors. I want to know why is a 4th grader in the same hallway or the same bathroom as the 2nd grader. Most schools have them divided. I feel like this is very unacceptable.
These are all our children, and they are the future. So we just, we need to protect them. Like, we sending our kids to schools every day thinking that they are safe.
And the 7-year-old has since been released from the hospital and is still recovering. His parents tell me they won't be returning back to school, but they hope to hear more updates from the district soon. Simone.
All right, Alexis, 7 years old. Hard to wrap your mind around this tonight. Thank you.
Listen to what I'm saying. And this, again, like I said, thoughts and prayers to the parents, to the little boy. But I'm telling you, dear Black people, let me just tell y'all something. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how good your job is, how nice your house is. Bro, y'all have to be okay to say something I'm willing to go to jail about. Y'all get upset when y'all think about Donald Trump taking the Black history. I think some of you adults need to read them history books. Bro, people were used to go to jail for less shit than this. It's no way in the hell as a man this could happen to my kid and I'm going to be sitting on somebody's fucking news camera talking. I will be in fucking jail. I don't give a fuck. I will find his parents. If I can't find the parents, I will fuck the principal up. I will fuck the teacher up. I'm going to jail, dog. Somebody's going to get fucked up behind hanging my 7-year-old, dog. What the fuck are we talking about? And that's the shit to be blowing me. Like I'm saying, and I know it sounds like, oh, you need to have some. I don't have no compassion for this type of shit. I'm telling you, as Black people, y'all be taking too much shit on the chin because y'all be too worried about shit that y'all not willing to lose, bro. It's niggas out here who willing to lose shit for less. That's why I respect some niggas who just be on crash out dummy shit, because realistically, I respect it. You ain't got shit. Who the fuck cares? It's no way in hell as a man I could sleep right with that. I was like, no, dog, I'm going to jail. I'm sorry. Ain't no fucking other answers. I'm not going to nobody news report. I ain't reporting shit. That principal gonna fucking not gonna want to quit his fucking job. Something gonna happen. Fuck that. They gonna have me in Waldorf and y'all gonna have to free the game, put some free mother the same way I do. Free Lord Durk and free Young Thug. You gonna be freeing me. You got me fucked up. Moms could be on there by herself, but when she was on that news report, it would have been, oh, my husband or my baby father crashed out and he beat the shit out of the principal until they gave up the parents. The fuck is an assault charge? You got to do something. You got to sit here and kind of nod, dog. Fuck no. Y'all, listen what I'm telling y'all. Instead of y'all being worried about Donald Trump and them taking out them history books for your kids, I think some of y'all need to read them motherfuckers and refresh y'all memory on shit that y'all ancestors went to jail for less. Imagine if Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X was bitch made like y'all was. We wouldn't even be here right now. You wouldn't even have the job you had. You wouldn't even be able to get on social media. I wouldn't be able to get on this mic if Black people ahead of me didn't have some type of backbone. It was okay to go to jail. There ain't no fucking way in hell, though. I'm sorry. That shit just pissed me off. I made sure I did not listen to this shit before this, because when I kept seeing people post it, that shit was making me upset. Every time I seen it all weekend, I was like, y'all pissing me off, because it should be a fucking free, one of them parents should have been ready to go to jail. I don't need what they gonna do. I don't give a fuck what y'all gonna do. You ain't gotta suspend that little boy. Don't worry about it. Let me find out where he live at. The same way y'all can Google and find all that other shit, you need to find where this nigga parents is and you need to go see their parents. And you need to be okay and willing to go to jail for that shit. You should be happy at Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, where's Tyrone at? He locked up because he fucked somebody up for trying to hang our kid in the goddamn bathroom. Like, nah, dog. That shit is crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. It's no way in hell. I will go to jail behind my kid. Fuck that, dog. Again, thoughts and prayers to them. Everybody may not be built like that, but like I said before, before I got to this story, as men, it should be something that you are willing to just sit here and say fuck it for. I believe that. I'm going to consistently stand firm on that. I'm going to say that shit every week. Like, dog, you can't not just sit here and say, nah, it's like, no, dog, everything is not going to be A-okay.
So how far are you willing to go?
Jail. Where else you going to go?
But I'm saying, so, okay, so you go and you beat the principal up or the parents up or whatever the case may be, right? How, and you go to jail. Do you think that the family is going to be like, oh, okay, it's cool, like we deserved it, or how far are you willing to go? Because I understand what you're saying, like, and I've been there, but you have to think of the fact of how far. I'm gonna go to jail behind mine, but how far are you willing to go? Because once I retaliate, then they're gonna retaliate. And
they may and they may not. Everybody not.
But you know why risk it? Like I had an incident where my daughter got into it, and I had to regulate. Okay, I'm willing to go through it, but my daughter also, she takes the metro to school. So what's to say that what's stopping somebody, their family, from pulling up on her and jumping her? It's so you understand what I'm saying? So you will. I understand it, but I'm not going to let my child pay for what I've done.
Because I remember
who's gonna stop?
We talked about this before when what was the dude? He went on social media, was talking about somebody was bullying his daughter and he beat the father and the brother up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like I said, it's always repercussions for what your actions is. And like I said, I get the frustration and stuff like that. But then, like I said, if you go to jail, then what about your family? You know what I'm saying? They can retaliate on your family while you in jail.
I get that part, and I understand that part, and I think that part may just come with realistically. Sometimes it's just like,
because some people,
but then it's like you're not here to protect us now. You made this, now you're not here to protect us.
I get what y'all are saying, and I think that's and the sad thing about it is, I guess that's just the messed up part about what society is. I guess the thing is, like, think about how many people do that shit. Like, even kind of tying it back into the Lil Durk conversation, it's like some people just don't care. Where it's like you kind of just don't, because you got so much dignity and you got so much pride, you kind of just don't have nothing else. You kind of just, what else do you do? How else do you kind of just? It's hard to be able to sleep with yourself.
In that situation, I get it. I completely understand. But at the end of the day, like I said, you have to. You got to be cautious. You got to figure out how you want to handle it. Because everybody's not going to be like, oh, okay, we got to be there, we just going to leave it alone. Everybody don't think like that.
No, of course they don't. But it's just like, man, I don't know. That's a tough one to me. I feel like I don't know the answers to it, because I feel like
it's a case by case type thing.
It's a case by case, but then I do feel like it's some people, like, the sad thing is, think about how many, I guess the conversation that we having is we having it more on adults, taxpaying citizen, but just think about the sad thing of it is, like, if you go to the hood, that's just second nature for, okay, well, I'm from this neighborhood, we just beefing with this neighborhood. Most people don't even know. Like, okay, I'm from Southeast and I'm beefing with such and such block because I'm from such and such block. They don't even know. You just born into this neighborhood. You ain't even get to pick where you live at, because you just was born here. This is just where your family can afford to raise you at, and this is just the neighborhood you grow up at, and y'all already got secondhand beef. And that's just how it even used to be with the Go-Go's. Like, you just grow up, I'm from this hood, and we just don't like this neighborhood. You don't even know why, but you just get old enough to go outside. Hey, you want to go to the Go-Go? Well, this is the rules. We don't mess with this neighborhood, and we don't mess with that neighborhood. Like, certain shit you just kind of pick up. And I'm not saying that those behaviors are right, but then it's just certain things. Like, some people just born into it. You don't have no choice but to sit here and just be like, I gotta hang my nuts on something, because I just can't imagine, like, because now how do my kid even ever feel safe to be like, daddy gonna protect me?
I mean,
you got to find ways to. I mean, like I said, it's not always that it can't always be your answer, because, like I said, if you just keep doing it, then it's like, all right, well, your dad not here to save you. That's why I said.
I mean, that's cool, but then it's still, I mean, like, all right, my dad still really ain't here to save me. Yeah, you ain't do nothing. You honestly, you still ain't here to save me. You just here.
But then you still, like I said, you still got to look at it. Sometimes you got to take the high road, and like, and that situation is very, you know what I'm saying, like that's a scary situation to be in. But it's just like, sometimes your actions or whatever you do, it is repercussions. And I like I said, you might, okay, we do this, all right, just take care. But then, all right, so you're saying he's not going back to school no more?
But they already saying that now.
Yeah, they saying that now because they want actions done. But that's what I'm saying. So, okay, now he go transfer to another school. And then it's like, okay, what if something else? You know what I'm saying? But you're not there now. So that's why I say I hear what you're saying and the frustration, but it's just also, you got to think the bigger picture.
So I'm going to tell you, like, my daughter, she was like maybe 14, 15 at the time. She got into a fight like a few summers ago. So she saw the parent, the little girl and her mother at the mall. My daughter ended up fighting with a grown ass woman. Grown ass woman at 14 was fighting my daughter. So of course I went to the mall or whatever. The mother was gone. I didn't know where she lived. By the time I got home, my house is full of people. I had the girl's address. Right. But you have to think about it because it's consequences for everything.
Yeah, I think okay, I'm with you on that one, and I get that one. I think those situations is a little bit different because, of course, you can kind of like it gives you so much time you can kind of allow cooler heads to kind of prevail, and that's kids being kids. I mean, of course, the adult jumping in, you kind of like that's not fair, but that one maybe I can understand how you can kind of it's a little bit easier for you to kind of.
But it's no different because I'm not gonna say the situation isn't different because it is, but the reaction of the child, like you said, oh well, you're not there, you can't protect me or whatever. It's the same thing, but you have to pick and choose how you want it. Now, if the parent was there, then it's all go. It's cool. I'm cool with it. If the parents were there at the school at the time, then it's cool. I'm not leaving the school till the parents get here. I had another situation like that. I'm not leaving here until I talk to the parents. Do what you got to do, but I'm not leaving. But you have to handle it a certain way because it's sometimes it's not going to stop. So you got to sometimes be the bigger person to be like, all right, because the situation might present itself again where you actually get to see those parents where it happened with me. So it's just like you got to plan it out. You can't just crash out right then and there. Now if they in front of me, then it's cool. But you can't go looking for that person.
So let me ask you this question. So let's say, okay, if you keep it in the scenario or whatever, what if you go out there and you get your ass whooped? How do you?
I mean, it's 2024. I don't necessarily know how far you just going just to fight. I don't know, though. That's what I'm saying. That's why I just pray every day. Like before you even got in here, I told Erica, the sad thing is, and the scary thing is for me, sometimes I be feeling like I be having so much built up just extra energy. I be almost just like, and that's why I was sitting here saying like you got to kind of be polite to people because I'm sure I'm not the only person that have so much extra built up energy, and it's just like I don't necessarily know because I wouldn't go into something thinking this shit could just be like, oh, it's just gonna be a fair fight. I don't think realistically any adult should sit here and think, even if it's with a young person or older person, I don't think realistically you should be in your mind in 2024 going into 2025. You should be picking a fight and thinking it's just going to end with a fight. Like that should never be in your mind. Like if you're willing to fight somebody, you in the back of your mind, especially 2024 going into 2025, you should realistically in your mind be like, this can still go somewhere further than where it's going.
Are you willing to risk it though?
For your kid, I feel like you should. If it's just listen, what I'm saying, if something was just to randomly happen to me, like let's just sit here and say somebody just bumped you and you out somewhere. You can kind of like, again, like even when we was talking about the fucking dude kissing the nigga on the balloon shit, where it's like, all right, cool. If it didn't go viral, you kind of made it, just took the L on the chin and just feel like, all right, it's my fault. I shouldn't have jumped out there and kissed the motherfucker in the first place. Then cool. It's just some shit that you can kind of just let roll. But it's just some shit. It just be like, nah, dog.
So I'm locked up. Who gonna take care of the kids?
I don't give a fuck because if I was selling drugs, just maybe because of my personal mind, if I was selling drugs trying to take care of my kids and I get locked up, who don't want to take care of my kids then? It don't matter. That's just, like people go to jail every day for the same shit where it got something to do with the way they gonna provide. And I think that's why I'm just sitting here saying I don't never want to be so naive to the point where it's like I don't give a fuck about how I'm going to raise my kid because there's other motherfuckers who are willing to risk their life every day to provide for their kids. And that's how fucked up the world is. And I think that's the reality to the world. Like think about how many niggas is locked up in jail right now because they were trying to provide for their kids. What's the difference? Ain't no difference. Hey, I was trying to sit here. Especially at Christmas time. Christmas time is right around the corner. We talked about it last week. It's literally a month away now. It's going to be people out here. The sad thing about this, knock on wood for everybody, thoughts and prayers. It's going to be people out here robbing people. Why? Because they're trying to provide Christmas gifts for their kids. Niggas ain't just taking Christmas toys for shits and giggles. You can't resell a Christmas toy. Guess who they taking them for? 9 times out of 10, their kid.
But that's what I'm saying. But even like that situation, like how you and what you're saying, where you got to provide, you got to do what you got to do. But it's just like, all right, you might not think the effect of you not being there, how the kid might, you know what I'm saying, feel about that. And I think that's what you also got to take in consideration because it's not just you. Yes, you're trying to protect them. You're trying to do what you got to do. But it's just like my absence is not me not being there might affect him. Because I'm not there, you know what I'm saying? Like he might.
I hear what you're saying, but listen, we can even just bring it into our house when we was kids. Nigga, your father was there. I guarantee you. Now, as an adult, if you sit here and replay it, do you feel like your dad was there? He was in the house, but do you feel like he was there? If you're being completely honest, like we put a lot of fucking sauce on just because a motherfucker is there. Are they actually there?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's just like God forbid anything would happen to me, how my kids might look at me or what they might come to me for. If I'm not there, then it's like, oh, well, damn. Like just like you said, for Christmas time, the Christmas time is coming around. So it's just like, all right, well, damn, now dad's not here. We don't have the same Christmas. You don't experience the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, dad used to do this with me. Dad used to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you do got to take that stuff in consideration. Because really, at the end of the day, you proving a point to who for real? Because like you said, you went and go to attack the parents and all that, but your kid don't really see, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you really proving the point? Are you saying, well, this is how you supposed to carry it? Because that's what I said. I think you got to think about the longevity or like what your actions might do.
Oh, okay, then you can take it in. We can take it again, even going back into hindsight 2020. Then I can even sit here and put it on. Then parents need to be even more hands-on when it comes to parenting and sit here and put your kids into some goddamn some courses or some classes so they can defend themselves then. And you may need to even start at a younger age. And that's my whole point of it. It's like, okay, cool. If you want to be the parent, you don't want to defend your kid because you want to sit here and to be here to raise your kids and your mom and dad got to be here to provide for the kids. Then what are you going to do so it won't never happen to your kid again then? Cool. Let's just sit here and say we take the high road. We just gonna sit here and say we're gonna go on the news, we're gonna cry about it and hope that this kid gets suspended and it never happen again. Now, what are you gonna do to sit here and provide your kid some type of mental fucking stability or some physical stability where they feel like okay going back to school again? Because this happened in school. And this shit is just as bad as your kid being in a fucking shooting and they come in here and do a mass shooting and your kid watch motherfuckers get shot. It's gonna be that same type of fucking anxiety because the little boy's in the hospital.
Right. And that's why I say you got to look at certain things because like I said, you got to still have the conversation with them. You got to say, oh, okay, how you feel? Do you feel comfortable going back to school? Do you feel like, how do you feel when you see you know what I'm saying? Like when you go in the bathroom, are you traumatized from that? That's where you sit down, you have to go to therapy with them or whatever the case may be. You have to go through those stages. Because like I said, if you locked away,
We skipped that part. We said, cool, we're gonna take that.
That's what I'm saying.
So now, what do you do to help your kid move on on just to be able to go back to school eventually? Because for this rest of the school year, you could pretty much say that's a dub. That kid ain't going back to school.
Right. So that's why I'm saying you will have to have those conversations with them and even see how they feel or what you feel. What will be comfortable for you? Are you comfortable going back to school? Do you need, you know, saying, hey, how do you want to sit down and, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you feel is right? Are you okay with it? Are you know, because they could be traumatized from that. So I would sit down.
How do you move on further? Okay,
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. You have to. So if you traumatized, so I will have to go. All right, well, I'm gonna get you a therapist, or I'm gonna sit you to take you to this class, or I'm gonna sit here and do. You know what I'm saying? You will have to find resources for that. Because even if you did whatever you did, at the end of the day, the kid's still going to have to feel some type of way. So that's why I'm just saying, because you're not here, the kid's still going to feel that type of way, regardless of you here or if you took action, if you didn't take action. So that's what I'm saying. You would still have to sit there and have that conversation with him, like, okay, well, how do you feel? What do you know what I'm saying? Like, are you able to defend yourself? Do you want to take karate or whatever the case may be, self-defense class? That's what I'm saying. You got to look at those options then.
Yeah, I would just, me personally, my opinion was less therapy. We would take our kids to fucking Palmer Park, get some boxing lessons, taking the Sugar Ray. Y'all need to fuck that therapy shit. It's a Floyd Mayweather gym in Bowie. If you live in Bowie, it's a Floyd Mayweather gym in Bowie. If you live on the Landover side, it's a fucking Sugar Ray Leonard gym in Palmer. I mean, what's that? Palmer Park, Columbia Park, whatever, right over there. Like, dog, I don't necessarily know because it just, I think
like, he's second grade, like, and it was a fourth grader, so you know. Second grade.
Yeah, so second grade. So the next time that shit won't happen when you get to because you gotta go back to school eventually.
You could homeschool if need be. I wouldn't send mine back. It'll be a long time if I ever send mine back. They would be homeschooled. Well, because they would be maybe when they got older, maybe like middle school, high school, they might want to go back, but they wouldn't go back to school.
But just think about if your kid had to sit here and go through homeschooling from second grade to high school. How the fuck are they gonna be ready for high school?
They got different curriculums.
Yeah. You still can go to like
it's like a Zoom,
you're just not in class. You still can go like the field trips and everything else. You still do all that stuff. You just don't. What's the name? You're not there physically in class. You still do everything like shit. It's basketball players do it all the time. They in homeschool and they still can play.
Man, that's fucked up. All of that shit y'all saying sound cool, but then I just at the end of the day I look at it like, damn, some little racist bastard want you didn't chase my kid out of fucking school, and now I got to rearrange me and my kid's whole fucking livelihood because you got away with fucking a goddamn hanging my kid in the bathroom. Like,
I mean, regardless how you handle it, it's still going to be that. Whether you beat their ass and go to jail or you do nothing at all, it's still going to be
okay. What if I don't beat their ass, and what if I find out where they live and I just blow their parents' car?
What that gonna do though?
Nigga, that's an inconvenience.
How they gonna know it's
that's an
so what? You gonna have to go get a new car. You have to figure it out.
But that doesn't help.
That don't
help
help
your
the
child.
situation?
That don't help the situation. Like the little boy not gonna come to school the next day and be scared of your son because who knew that you blew that car?
Your parents will have a conversation with you.
I'm not gonna tell them that I'm not gonna tell my child I blew their car.
No. Well, you may, if you may, that's why I don't got kids. It may be a fucked up. I might take my kid. My kid will have to watch me do something. Like, I don't know, though. That shit just, we gonna have to, my kid might have to.
And don't get me wrong, in a situation like that, yes, absolutely. I'm not leaving the school. I'm gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's always consequences. Some situations you have to think with a clear head.
I feel like this day and age, just consequences damn near everything. Like, if you ain't literally just staying in the fucking house, like, it's consequences to everything. And we can kind of tie that in just to one more piece of, I don't necessarily, it wasn't no music playing behind this shit, was it? I don't think so. I just want to play the.
They getting fucked
And for people who don't know what that was or what's the sound that you was listening to, of course, that was the MGM. And that is one of the reasons why I would never step foot in that ghetto ass fucking casino. I don't care who in there, what performer performing in there. I just won't do it. I'm sorry. If you are not an artist and you're not big enough to be able to go to the Capital One, it ain't meant for me to see you, dog. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. That shit, and I think a lot of y'all think just because you put on like some designer clothes or you put on some shit or it may cost you a little bit more to get in the MGM. Again, like I said, I think principles and morals go out of a line with money, because I think a lot of y'all be thinking because y'all in the MGM, y'all still not just some broke ghetto ass niggas. Y'all still just some ghetto ass niggas that I don't want to be nowhere near, bro. I don't care. You just ghetto motherfuckers with designer clothes on. I'm sorry, that's just where we at with it. There's no way in hell you supposed to be, though. Y'all are in the MGs, and this is again why I'm kind of like, I won't never vote again, because y'all fuck me up, because y'all know I really was supposed to be on my Trump shit, because I don't want, this is the reason why a lot of motherfuckers don't be wanting to be around you niggas and don't even want to get in line and just be on my black and I'm proud shit blindly, because I know what the other side of what is getting in line with y'all fuck shit, because that right there is what the perfect example of what it was. Like, bro, there's no way in hell you supposed to be at the MGM and it's a goddamn WWF brawl. Like, niggas is in there, like the security guards can't even do their job. They getting hit over the head with the fucking rails and shit, the little VIP ropes to sit here and keep shit roped off. Like, no, there's no way in hell, bro. That MGM supposed to be looking like a WWF Royal Rumble. Like, no way in hell, dog. I'm sorry. And again, I'm disappointed. Like, Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris, you owe me some goddamn reparations, because, dog, I should have been in line with fucking Trump, because I don't want to be where y'all niggas at. I don't want to be nowhere near you niggas. I hope y'all niggas lose everything, and some of y'all do actually got to get back on the goddamn slave field, because that's where the fuck some of you niggas, y'all need life to get that fucking rough, because y'all just got beyond yourself. You just see a bunch of ghetto ass niggas with designer shit on acting like a fucking monkey. Like, come on, dog. That shit is dog. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, sometimes I hate when I be hearing Charleston White talk, but then I see videos like this and I be like, I understand your frustration. I get what you be saying. Like, sometimes you need to see videos like this to understand why niggas just really be getting like, I don't want to be around you niggas. Like, the MGM is supposed to be somewhere nice for people to go, and that's why you can't give black people nice shit. Like, I'm sorry, dog. I don't know what to tell you niggas. Man, let's go a little bit lighthearted. Nah, matter of fact, fuck going lighthearted. While we kind of still close in the parent lane, let's get into fucking why fathers need to be in the house.
Decision to pull my son off the football team. I understand that football is a very rigorous sport. My son is only 5 years old, so of course he's not there yet. Like, he's not super tough. I guess the coach was giving them water, and the coach made a mistake and squirted water in his eye. I'm not really sure. I just know water was squirted in Davon's eye. And of course, just like a 5-year-old, he began to cry. As he's walking him off the field, he goes, "Stop all that crying if I put you over there with the cheerleaders." And me, I'm instantly in defense mode. And I asked him, I said, do you think that was appropriate for you to say to a 5-year-old child? And he was like, it ain't no crying in football. Made the
and listen to what I'm saying. And I'm gonna say this with, I can't even say, there's no kind way to say this. I think moms can be single moms to girls. I don't think moms can just be single moms to fucking just little boys. And again, I know she's put in a situation because her baby father was killed. This is King Von's baby mom, but you need to figure it out. You don't need to, if I don't give a fuck, whatever you gonna do, you better find a brother. You better find you the nicest nigga in your DM or something, because that shit just sound like some shit that a mom would say that would irritate your fucking soul, dog. What are you talking about, dog? Like that, this coach didn't do nothing fucking wrong, and he was trying to fucking give your son some type of fucking discipline, and that goes back to the conversation that me and Erica was having when we first started, when we first cut the mics on. Because we live in a time where people don't beat their kids, motherfuckers don't have no discipline, no type of structure in life at all, even at y'all big ass age. And we'll get into that when most of y'all think that 58 is fucking actually old. So just that's my point of just certain shit I be hearing and I see, and when I heard this, I'm like, bro, this is why a woman cannot raise a little boy by herself. I don't give a fuck. A woman can raise a bunch of girls because you know how to be a fucking woman, but you cannot raise no fucking little boys by yourself. There's no way in hell suck your fucking pride in. You're not thorough enough. I don't give a fuck how thorough you think you is, because that was the signs right there. Perfect example of why a fucking woman should not try to fucking raise little boys by herself. Because what the fuck are you talking about, bro? This is fucking football. He accidentally squirted some water in his eyes and your son started crying like a little ass girl. So guess what he told him? I'm gonna send you over there with the cheerleaders because you're not even tough enough to get some fucking water in your eye. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? This is fucking football. Some water accidentally got in his eyes. If he actually wanted to keep playing football, the higher the level he get, guess what it's going to be? He going to be wanting somebody to put fucking water in his eyes. But if he's actually fucking playing, like, bro, come on, dog. Like, man. It'd be some of these topics, like, I don't even be wanting to cuss. I hate even keep cussing, because that's what I'm going to get into that when I talk about Corday album in a little bit, because it'd be certain things like the message be so good and be like, damn, why you keep saying nigga? Why you keep cussing? Because this shouldn't even take this, but it just sometimes is like, you can't even help yourself. And I apologize for even sitting here cussing, but just, I think, ladies, I get this job in your mind. You want to get this strong, like, bro, it's over. Break the back on some of that shit. Like, no, dog. This is a perfect example of like, it's no way in hell. Like, come on. And even as a man, if you see this, if you close to her, the first thing you should do is text her. Like, bro, you thought this was cool. This wasn't cool. Like, as a man, if it's her father, her brother, her cousin, whatever, the last nigga she slept with since King Von been dead, you should text her and you should fucking violate her. And violate her in the most respectful way, because this shit ain't cool. Like, nothing about that. Like, she thought that she just ate when she did this. No, 4 fucking what's 4 minus fucking 4? Because it ain't 4 plus 4. Because you didn't fucking eat with that stupid ass comment. Like, nah, dog. Like, ain't no way in hell that you thought that was okay. Like that, and that will be one of the conversations where you were like, hey, well, dad shouldn't be in jail, or dad need to be there to raise his kids. That is the perfect example why dad do need to be in that fucking raising his goddamn kids, because that shit is crazy. And again, rest in peace to King Von, but that shit pissed me off when I seen that. Like, bro, stop. Y'all got any?
Oh, that's what that's what mothers do. You can't get mad. Like, why are we mad? Like, she's doing what, she's a mom. Like, don't talk to my child like that. Don't act like he's soft because he cried. Like, maybe,
but you know what I would put the blame on a little bit on that is, and not even just if okay, now let me calm down. I got my little hot take off of. I blame even her dad for that, because I think just realistically, if you are a man and you having daughters, I do think realistically, if you're a man and you have a daughter, I think you should make your daughters watch sports. Like, that should be your time where until she get to the age where, all right, where she can see and say, Dad, I don't want to watch this shit no more. Like, I'm cool. We did this from fucking 0 to 12 or 0 to 10. At least from 0 to 10, you should build that bond with your daughter so she could even know, because it wouldn't be no just, hey, all right, this is a mom being a mom. Because if this was a mom and she was actually just kind of even familiar with sports, that wouldn't be a mom just being a mom. Because I feel like if that's a mom being a mom, if you don't have no type of function on how sports go at all, like you don't watch no type of sports at all. Because I follow some moms who be like with this, like literally, I know this one girl. She live in San Antonio. Her son about to go to a Division I college, and she be on her son ass like a goddamn nigga be on her. But that's because she into football. She's from Texas. That shit is their shit in football. So I think that is a little bit more of a disconnect where if you don't have no type of sports background as a woman, you're absolutely right. That is what a mom will do. Moms is going to always baby their kids. It don't matter, son or daughter. But again, that goes that trickles down from her dad not being a dad. Because if your dad would have took some time and sit here and said, hey, until you tell me you don't want to watch this no more, you got to watch this shit so you can know, you should be able to know at least at your age group, you should know 10 players or 5 players, football, basketball. If let's just keep it in football and basketball because we black. Just you should know this, that, and third. We should watch this on Sundays. Let's watch fucking football together. Have these moments just so when you get older, if you do have a son and your son wants to play football, you just won't be lost in the sauce and don't know what be going on and just saying some fucking pandering mom shit like, oh, don't squirt no water in my son eye. Don't talk to my son eye. Because then that's again where we go. We just keep raising a bunch of soft ass little boys and then somebody bullying your son because you didn't fucking pacify this little nigga the whole time. Where if you would have let this coach kind of rough him up and kind of give him a little bit of backbone and a little bit of manly love, he can be able to know how to defend himself when he get a little bit older. Where it's like you just kind of you just took him off the football team over some water and some I ain't even cuss at him. I just asked him, told him you got to stop crying. I'm gonna send you over there with the cheerleaders. I ain't even cuss at him.
But you still like, oh, you calling him a little girl
because that's what you acting like. Like, and matter of fact, shout out to fucking, what's Jada Waiter's sister name when she went crazy on her fucking 6-month-old for fucking crying. Like, nigga, you stop acting like, nah, dog, come on, man. We have to stop. Like, I get it. I understand the day and age we live in, but we got to stop. We got to fucking open back up the can of testosterone and put a little bit of, and I don't even want to just put this on women because why we can kind of get and open up, I guess, a little bit of more of the entertainment thing. Shout out to them 2 goddamn women that was boxing before that Mike Tyson fight because them fucking women was brawling like goddamn. Man, I can't even say like men because I ain't seen 2 niggas fight like that in a long time, dog. Like, nigga, they was trying to kill each other in that goddamn ring. Like, that's not one of them. Like, and then the crazy thing is, of course, I be on Twitter, I be on Threads, and I seen a nigga like, man, let me know when Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. I ain't about to watch no women fight, nigga. You missed the best fight of the night if you ain't see them 2 women fight.
That was the best fight.
Like, nigga, they was brawling. Like, literally, she literally left the lady shit. Like, her damn near eyeball was about to fall out. Like, nigga, that gas she had over her fucking eye was ridiculous. Like, dog, they beat the living dog out of each other, dog. Like, that was a real life. I'm talking about a fight. Like, you ain't seen a fight like that in a long time. I don't give a goddamn who you watch box. You ain't seen 2 motherfuckers go toe to toe, head to head with no sit here type of back down. Like, that was a real live brawl. I'm not even gonna hold you again. And shout outs to Jake Paul for that. Like, people don't give Jake Paul enough credit. Screw how the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight actually went, but just that fight. And the cool thing was about it, like the fight literally right before their fight was the 2 women fighting. And then even the fight before that, the Spanish niggas, them 2 niggas was brawling, knocking each other out, getting back up and still fighting because that nigga in the pink got knocked down and he got back up and the later the fight he started winning the fight. So it was just like, he put on 2 good fights. Like, if you actually watched all the other fights, it didn't just go for Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. And you realistically, of course you didn't pay for it anyway because you pay for your Netflix stuff regardless. So you got your money's worth regardless off of the strength of those 2 fights anyway, because like I said, those 2 of the good fights, but them 2 women were like literally probably the best fight I've seen in a long time. And I've been watching a lot of boxing in the last couple of years. And them 2 women literally went toe to toe and was like, nigga, they put on a clinic. When you talking about brawling until it ain't nothing left, like literally, damn, that was a good fight. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, that to me was worth staying up off the late because if you kind of realistically just skipped it and was like, all I'm gonna watch is Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, and yeah, of course you would be upset. And then, like I said, getting into the people was like, oh, Mike Tyson looked good. I mean, he did what he was supposed to for 58. I think when I heard people say that, my biggest thing is I got a critique for you. I want to kind of question the older people that you see on a day-to-day. And I would recommend, hey, if you got time one early in the morning and you ain't got to go to one of them days, you ain't got to go to work, get up early in the morning. If you got a gym membership, go to the gym off the AM. Because y'all, if that was impressive to you, and it's not no shade to Mike Tyson, but I got 2 parents, both in their 70s. Like, nigga, during the summertime, my mom was getting 6 miles in a day. Like, I seen one girl was like, it was impressive that he could even walk to this. I'm like, nigga, my mom gets 6 miles in a day during the summertime. Like, nigga, my mom right now, real life fighting cancer and still fucking get and want her 3 miles every day and be mad if it's too cold and she can't go outside and get her 3 miles. So for niggas to be like, oh my God, like this fucking walking to this, bro, that shit didn't, like, what the fuck do y'all be looking at? And that be when I hear people say that, that's when I be like, you're not taking care of yourself and the people around you don't take care of themselves. Because if you sit here, when I seen Mike Tyson coming out, I said, oh, thank God I ain't bet on this nigga. Soon as I seen his face and he did that walk down and I can get a clear look at this nigga, I was like, oh, he look old as shit. And 58, you ain't supposed to look that old, dog. How old do y'all think fucking Joe Rogan is? How old do y'all think Shannon Sharp is? Shannon Sharp is 56. Shannon Sharp don't look like Mike Tyson. And I'm not even talking about the boxing part. I'm talking about just actually how he was moving. I ain't even talking about how many punches he didn't or did not throw. Like, I think when people was making it like 58 was close to death. Like, I'm like, nigga, what are y'all talking about? 58 ain't. Most of y'all hearing my voice, you closer to Mike Tyson age than you are to Jake Paul age. So what the fuck are you talking about? So that let me just know how when you sit here making it like that 58 was like, okay, like, no, nigga, Mike Tyson he is not in good shape, and he looked like, and I shout out to
I think a lot of people comparing it to what he fought Roy Jones that little during COVID, and that's what I'm saying. That's a big difference from then. That's like 4 years ago right now.
Yeah, so that was 54 compared to 58, but it's still. But I think that's just Mike Tyson just not in good health. And niggas just don't want...
but I feel like, but I mean, I still think he's still in a good shape though.
Is he?
Yeah, to get it in to do all that.
Nigga, Joe Rogan 57.
I hear that, but we ain't seen Joe Rogan in no ring either.
I ain't seen Joe Rogan in no ring, but nigga, I listen to enough Joe Rogan fucking podcasts and know that he work out.
He work out, but I feel like actually doing the actual work, that's just like when I play on Sundays. I play it's older guys. A lot of people still can't get up and down the court or do what you know what I'm saying, what you used to do.
No. So yeah, I get listen, I get what you're saying. And I will respect that, but I'm not making it seem like if you get in the ring, I'm still the same way, nigga. And I can even talk about for me, nigga, I'm a LeBron fan. I still, when I bet on Lakers games, and I gotta catch myself like watching the games, like, oh, like even the last two games, they played the Spurs and then they played the Pelicans back to back. And those two nights, I was like, oh, he looked 40 now. So I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, when you get older, you start to look a little bit more. You start to look your age because you can't help it. I mean, Father Time is undefeated. So even what we see LeBron do still now at 40 is still damn near unbelievable. But I know the difference because I've been watching LeBron for the last 20 years. I know the difference between shit. Even watching, like you said, 4 years ago. So you talking about bubble LeBron versus this LeBron right here. Like, he have his moments where it'd be like, okay, he still look like LeBron. But if you actually paying attention to the game, no, he looked like he fucking 40. So I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, if you even when you go to any LA Fitness, you see the same. Like, it's some old head nigga. It's an old nigga. If y'all ever go to the LA Fitness and walk his park, it's an old white dude. Now I'm talking the nigga look like, damn, what movie is that? But I'm talking he got the long white gray hair. I'm talking like long white gray beard, bony skinny nigga. He got a headband, and that's why if you ever been to LA Fitness and you seen like that's all he don't lift no weights, nothing. He only play basketball. I'm talking this nigga look old as shit. He literally look like something off of a fucking movie, like the 40-year-old version or something. Like, he literally just got long gray hair, a bald head up top, and just like the hair on the side is like literally like silver. Like, he look old as shit, and he be balling. I mean, of course, it's LA Fitness. It's not the NBA, so it's but he still get buckets in the LA Fitness. So it's like I said, I mean, I get what y'all saying, but I think a lot of people just you just don't be around older people who work out. Like, nigga, like I said, my dad is 71. I be impressed sometimes when I'm working out at the same time him. I'm like, dog, my dad can still throw up weight like some of these younger niggas who just starting to work out. Like, you only can throw up maybe a 45 and can't do a 240. My dad can literally at 71 years old can put a 45 and a 25 or 45 on each side and a 25 on each side and can literally have his way on the bench and don't need no spotter. And he don't. And my dad, and y'all think and people who know me in real life, y'all think I'm bad. My dad is 100 times worse than me when it comes to not talking to motherfuckers. So he ain't in there making no fucking friends in the gym and, hey, get me a spot or nothing. He got his fucking headphones on and minding his business, and whatever he can lift, that's what he lifting. He ain't looking for nobody to come and help him or no shit like that. So that's why I'm sitting here saying, like, when people was making it like that 58 was just so old, I'm like, I don't know if it's as old as y'all trying to make it seem, or a lot of y'all just ain't taking care of your body and the people around y'all not taking care of your body.
It could be boxing, like, for the sport old, not old period, but old for that sport.
No, for sure. No. Of course, it's old for that sport, for sure. But I think a lot of, I'm just saying the way people was acting, like people was making it seem like that 58, like 58 was like so close to death.
I think like it's just the fact that he was able to keep up the whole round.
He wasn't able to keep up. Jake Paul just was being nice.
I mean, absolutely, but that's what I'm saying.
Really but even, but
nice? But remember, he was
being nice. Jake Paul let's be clear.
But hold up,
Jake Paul could have put that nigga to bed.
Yeah, he could. But hey, is Roy Jones older or younger than
Mike Tyson? I think he a couple of years. Let's look.
Because I want to say, remember when that fight?
No, yeah, when Roy Jones and Mike Tyson whooped Roy Jones' ass.
But they were talking about how out of shape Roy Jones looked.
Roy Jones 55.
So he only couple years younger. So that's what but that's what I'm saying. So look at him at that age. Like, I just feel like what Mike did, he did what he had to do. He went and got that bag. He got that money. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not mad at him for what he did. You went out there at 58 to just, to get your little jitters off or whatever the case may be.
No. Listen, let's be clear. Mike Tyson went and got a bag back. I'm not mad, and nobody should feel sorry for Mike Tyson. Nobody should be like, oh damn, because I seen even Fat Joe. I'm gonna play this clip of Fat Joe, and he kind of was blowing me. I'm like, bro, maybe. And again, I guess sometimes I have to remember myself that I listen and watch too much content. But I feel like if anybody had a 30 for 30, Mike Tyson got endless docs about him, endless movies. If you have watched anything that got to do with Mike Tyson, I think we all know that Mike Tyson's been broke before. Like, Mike Tyson ain't got the money that he probably should have because, of course, Don King fucked him over. Other people didn't fuck him over. He done got divorces. He done got lawsuits, endless things. So I think real. That's why I say I thought I said this on here when we talked about the pay difference when Jake Paul was getting 40 and Mike Tyson was getting 20 million. Bro, this is the cushion money for him. This is the money that if Mike Tyson don't want to get out of the bed for the next, God willing, if he can live for another 40 years and he don't want to get out of the bed, that 20 million was like, hey, I don't got to get out of the bed and do too much, but whatever I feel like doing now. But like I said, I do think Jake Paul was being extremely nice to Mike Tyson. I think he could have did Mike Tyson dirty in that ring. Like, let's be clear. I'm not sitting here saying in the back of Jake Paul's mind, was he kind of still nervous? Like, I don't want to get in too close because Mike could probably steal. Because the beginning of every one of them rounds, I think Jake Paul thought twice about, damn, if Mike Tyson get one of these. Because, like, at the beginning of every round, Mike Tyson had a good 10 seconds in him every round, especially the first couple of rounds. The very first, I'm going to say 10 to 20 seconds, Mike Tyson was throwing them things, and Jake Paul was like, I can't let one of them hit. But when they got closer, one of them, he did hit him. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He thought twice about it, but I promise you, when they got to that 8th round, Mike Tyson didn't even want to get out of his chair going into that 8th round. When the ref was like, "Hey, Mike, you got to get up."
That's why I say you got to give him credit.
Nice
you got to give him credit for being out there doing that.
But yeah, let me play this clip of Fat Joe real quick because this nigga pissed me off.
Loves Iron Mike Tyson, right? But he's had a past, and they stole all his money, guys. They stole all his money. Do we think if he was a billionaire and he had crazy money, he would be fighting somebody at 58? No. I've been hearing all the talk. Everybody saying, yo, the fight, it wasn't Mike. He's 58 years old. 2 years from 60. The moment you have to learn from the Mike Tyson fight is throughout his life, he's had so many people who have had their hand out that have been in his pocket. Pimps, hustlers, you name them. Every time we see Mike Tyson, he had 20 guys. What do you think they do at the end of the fight? They all need 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, 500,000. The gem of the night was Iron Mike Tyson finally walked in the ring by himself.
And that part I absolutely do agree with. I think you can I guess, of course, that's what makes Fat Joe a great storyteller. To lead it up to the final part, that I do agree with that because it was less people in his corner. Even the people who were in the corner trying to give him advice, you can kind of hear Mike Tyson was kind of like just brushing that shit off. Like, bro, I'm just here trying to get paid. I'm just trying to be careful. But I do like, even with Roy Jones, he was keeping it a buck. Like, I don't like. Shout out to Rosie Perez. She stole money. Rosie Perez stole money because I don't know what the fuck she was doing or how she got that job. She didn't, man. She was blowing the shit out of me, bro. Like, she did not know what the fuck she was talking about. Again, like, I know her sometimes, like, listen to him say, I'm going to sound like a hypocrite because I am one of those people who love to support women, but dog, she stole a bag. Whatever she got paid, she stole that shit. Like, I don't know what movie Rosie Perez got coming up next on Netflix or whatever the case may be, but she stole some money that night, because she definitely didn't know what the hell she was talking about. But shout out to Roy Jones, because Roy Jones was calling that shit right before it even happened. But
that was some hate that he had on his too.
No, he was keeping it. Look at his legs.
But that's what I'm saying.
Mike Tyson's legs. Mike Tyson's legs was like
before the fight even started. I don't like his legs. Like, damn, he didn't even move yet.
Like that, but then I guarantee when you started to look at his legs, you kind of
you noticed. Yeah, you noticed. You started noticing, but it was like, damn, nigga, he didn't throw a punch at you already. Stay. I'm like, no, you was in the ring with him. You ain't do shit with him. Like, let that man do his thing. I don't like that. Oh, the way he's standing right there. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, that's not looking good. That's not good. Like, let that man go.
But I'm gonna keep it a buck. When he started to say, "Look at his legs," and you look at his
you
legs,
start seeing he started slowing down.
It was kind of like
he started slowing down and some
yeah, he wasn't moving, like he wasn't kind of bouncing a little bit neither. Like shout out to Jake Paul for one taking it. I honestly think later in the round he took it easy on Mike, as I feel like he could have really put Mike Tyson down. And you gotta respect that, because the hate that Jake Paul get, I don't know if I'm Jake Paul. If I wouldn't have wanted it, I know it's something like that was one of them things. Like in the back of your mind was like,
nah,
is it worth me knocking Mike Tyson out? And I think
because in the back of your mind, you still, if something happened, you hit this nigga too hard and he out, you cold. Damn,
But then I do want to give him some credit. For one, I want to give him credit for that smack, because I don't necessarily know if people actually cared about that fight until the smack. And that was like one of them WWF situations, but I'm sure like most people, if you looked at it and it was like, oh, it was fake, but it got the conversation started, because I know it got the conversation started in our family group chat when we were talking about sports. And like soon as nigga, that was the first thing. Soon as the smack, our little brother put it in like, oh, I don't know if Mike Tyson gonna be able to drop him. He ate that smack. And then our older cousin like, man, that shit was like some WWF smack. So it was one of those things that got people into the conversation, that make people even want to talk about the fight or even look forward to the fight. So I do think that realistically was just like, you gotta, the promoter in me, I respect that, where it was like, oh damn, that was tight. It built the hype up, nigga. They got 60 million people to watch. Like, think about it. Like, realistically, you think about,
not even counting how many people was there.
Yeah, so that dude with that stadium hold, I believe that stadium holds 99,000. I want to say they said it was like 82,000 people there.
I don't think they broke the record. I think they was just at the record.
Yeah, because I believe one of them Spanish niggas fought there before, and they had a little bit more people. But still, just my whole point of it is, you still had, let's say you had 80,000 people there, and you had 60 million people watch on Netflix. Think about it. The average Super Bowl peak out at like 120, 150. So you still got half of that, and you got to think about the Super Bowl come on basic TV. Everybody, of course, most of us feel like we got Netflix, but everybody may not have Netflix. So still, to even be able to get 60 million people to watch on a Friday night like this, and you got to still give them credit where it's to the point, you had 60 million people to watch a 58-year-old person fight. And you got to think about how many, that's not kids. That means you got 60 million grown adults, because only adults care about Mike Tyson. Like, this ain't, if you in your 20s, you don't know nothing about Mike Tyson. You probably never even seen Mike Tyson fight. You never even played Mike Tyson video games. You don't know nothing. So you're thinking about people who really was invested in, and even, because let's be clear, if you were a gambler, I was listening to Hot 97 and Peter Rosenberg, him and Mike Tyson real close. Like, they done endless interviews together. Like, him and Mike Tyson are real good friends, and he was there. And he even came on the radio and was like, bro, y'all know how much I love Mike Tyson. I'm here actually at the fight because Mike Tyson is my real friend. Stop being idiots and betting for Mike Tyson to win this fight. I'm telling y'all, this is my real friend in real life. I'm here to support him in real life. I'm telling y'all, he's not going to win this fight. Stop betting, y'all, because niggas was taking it. But listen to what I'm saying. And that's just how vicious sports gambling is, because they knew.
That's just how bad y'all got problems.
That's how bad you're absolutely right. That's how bad we got problems. And put Mike Tyson as an underdog. Because most people, if you're a gambler, especially even for like me, you always going to look for like, I won't even bet on some games if your team because especially if you it's no parlay to do to it. I'm not going to bet on certain games if my team is already the favorite to win, because you can't even make no money off of it. So realistically, they know, oh, what's the name this people really love? It's Mike Tyson. What's the underdog story? Like, it'll make people even, they gonna bet. You betting with your emotions in your heart, because your common sense should tell you a 58-year-old shouldn't be able to beat a 27-year-old in a fight. Let's be clear, yeah. Maybe in the street brawl, yeah. If you got that type of old man strength, if it's somebody like, what's the nigga who used to play for Pittsburgh?
James Harris.
Yeah, like if it's an old nigga, yeah, if it's an old nigga like that, like yeah.
Now that fight, you can bet your money on him.
What you mean? Who he fighting?
Ocho Cinco.
Oh yeah, I ain't betting on no shit like that. Like, yeah, come on.
I think it's right before the Super Bowl.
Like on some, what is it? Like on one of them? It's on like a TV show or something.
I guess it's part of the Super Bowl.
He gonna knock Ocho Cinco ass out. But just anyway, just like I said, just certain like that, I get that. But people, of course, like I said, most people who bet, like especially like me, I am one of those people who do bet with their heart and bet with your emotions. So a lot of people was betting on Mike Tyson because he was an underdog. So realistically, if you wanted to make some money, because I think you had to bet like, I think that even win any money with Jake Paul, I think you had to bet like $200 to make $100. Like, you had to bet something crazy to win any money if you was going to bet with Jake Paul. So realistically, most people, yeah, of course, I can go bet a couple dollars on Mike Tyson. And the majority of the bets that was coming in was for Mike Tyson to win. And of course, guess what? Vegas always win. And I'm sure endless people lost, but they was just betting with your heart. It was just you betting nostalgia. I'm sure most people, if you betted something on Mike Tyson, you probably ain't betting nothing but like $5 or $10. It wasn't something that you was going to do worse with $5 or $10 on a Friday night regardless. So it ain't nothing you lost sleep about. But again, like I said, shout outs to Netflix. Netflix is going to have to figure it out. Now, I don't necessarily, because they do have they got Christmas. They got Christmas Day football games coming up. So yeah, you got a month.
Play Kansas City.
You got a month to work on they're figuring out the live stream. And I don't necessarily know if 60 million people will be running to watch a football game. Because, no. You're missing what I'm saying. Because everybody got teams. So it's like if your team ain't playing at the time.
Because I think a lot of people just watched just to see how it was. People turned that on just to see. And I feel like because it's football, yeah, you're going to have way more people than that to tune in for a football game. And it's Kansas City. Kansas City and Pittsburgh. Two of the biggest franchise when it comes to fan base. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're going to surpass that.
You think they're going more than 60 million?
For them two teams, yeah.
I don't. 60 million is a lot, dog. If you do more than 60 million just on a Christmas Day game, that's gonna be damn near more than the Super Bowl. Then I mean more. So give me if you just
because I feel like because it's the first, it's their first time doing it, so you will have people tuning into that.
Of course.
So I want to say 60. I want to say they can surpass that. I want to say this because. And it's doing 1 o'clock. I don't even know what basketball game is even on. That I really feel bad for the NBA because it's like, damn, do y'all really have any real good rivalry games that during that time?
I do. I mean, I guess the NBA probably only got to suffer one more year. Because I do think it just comes with the streaming thing. I think, realistically, and I mean, I guess we can talk about that now because we're talking about streaming and we can kind of just tie that in. Because the NBA with their viewership, I think people are watching it, but I think realistically, the same way everybody gets on. Of course, I'm not going to be one of the corny niggas and shout outs the app, but I do a lot of people. Me personally, nigga, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm not buying the NBA package and then I still got to pay for Netflix. You still got to pay for all these other streaming services. So I do think realistically, if you are some of these sports networks, it is smarter to kind of just bridge your package onto a junk that people already got instead of trying to keep getting people to pay extra for all this other stuff.
And
because
I don't know if you spoke on it yet, but and I would like to give shout out to Whoopi Goldberg for I guess she's about to launch her the women's sports network or something like that for women's sports. Now I just wonder how she's going to do it. Is she going to be able where you can just pick whatever game you want to watch or stream whatever game for women's sports, but she's supposed to be launching her own women's.
Yeah, see, I don't know how that's gonna work. That's the only reason why I don't want to shout it out because I don't know how she's gonna be able to carry all of them because most women's sports has already got licensed by somebody else.
But that's what I'm saying. So would it be like, all right, just like how it's a network, so we just be able to show all the games? That's what I'm just saying. Is it just gonna be a channel or is it gonna be actually a streaming platform where you can see all the games?
Because no streaming platform has the rights to every sport. But you got the streaming rights to certain games, but not every sport.
But that's what I'm saying. So with her, if you can get in bed with some of those big name corporations and get the money and the funding, I think she could. Somebody like that, I think you probably could find a way around it where, I got these big companies behind me backing me up.
Yeah, but I think to me personally, the smart thing, even if you can't personally get the games, I think I would recommend the Whoopi Goldberg is to get the popular YouTube analysts and get people to just talk about it. Because I think that is something like, even for somebody like me, and when you're newly getting into the WNBA, I found myself on YouTube just trying to search people reliable voices that I can hear give me just honest critiques on other players that I may not be familiar with. And it'll be miscellaneous people because it's not nobody that's connected to the big networks, because somebody connected to the big networks, you just kind of just as bad. I mean, if you work on ESPN, you're going to lead with ESPN type of headlines. So 9 times out of 10, of course, we all know it was going to be a Caitlin Clark type of headline. So I'm looking for somebody else to really give me, like, I don't know nothing about Enrique, or I didn't know something about whoever else in the WNBA. So you was kind of looking for those people. So if you can't realistically get the games, I think you need to just be able to get the analysts, because I think just in this day and age we're looking for, I think those two go hand in hand. Like, yeah, if you can't get the games, people still want to get the breakdowns, because some people may, some of the games, like if I'm really a Lakers fan and I can't, everybody don't have the grace to be able to stay up at 1 o'clock in the morning to watch, especially if you live on the East Coast, and watch every Lakers game. So I'm sure 9 times out of 10, you will want to be able to say, if I can go on Whoopi Goldberg Jones and listen to such and such break down the game every, I don't know, because I don't know how she's going to be able to get all, because think about it. Shit, the WNBA just signed a huge TV deal, and they trying to renegotiate their Jones after this season coming up. And then
But see,
the
somebody,
unrivaled joint, they already didn't got signed there. So what's
but
the
that's what
other
I'm
league
saying.
you gonna pick up?
But you can come to them and say, hey, well, I can get you more viewership. I can get you this if you come to my platform, and I can, you know what I'm saying? Like I can, because who people gonna double dip? You gonna double dip if you can.
I mean, of course, that's what the
You gonna
NBA
double
do.
dip, yeah, you gonna double dip.
The NBA next season they triple dipping. They got some on Amazon, they got some on Netflix,
Yeah, so
they got some on on ESPN and NBC. So yeah, I mean, of course, I mean, shit, the NFL do it too now. They got Thursday nights on Prime. They got look the fucking Peacock right now. So I mean, yeah, of course, everybody will double dip. I guess real quick. I guess while we at sports, I'm not gonna lie, Marcus. People, and I didn't know that we had so many Pittsburgh Steelers fans. They said they are so disappointed in you. You are the worst representation. They said they see you with your jersey and your shirts on every week, but nigga, you don't say nothing. And I'm mad at myself because I meant to say something last week. Because I'm not gonna lie, I give credit where credit is due. Though how many of them, they show up with them goddamn towels? I was watching the Redskins game, just watching it on TV, and I'm like, this is and the crazy thing because
I was at the game. I was tired of shit.
I mean, I know that, but still, it's just still. But just looking at it on TV. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, damn, because this is a good season for Washington. Realistically, this is the most excitement people have had around this team for a long time. So for it still to be a year where a lot of people are going to the game as Washington fans, to still see that many Pittsburgh Steelers fans in the goddamn stadium, I was like, damn, dog. I was shocked. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That shit made me be like, damn, hats off to y'all niggas. Y'all are some real live fans.
Even like that, even that situation, that's why I was just kind of upset with the whole, because I wish the Redskins would have lost the game before that, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people made money off that game because you reselling them tickets. And because I was going to take the kids to the game, but when I seen the tickets, it was like $400 a ticket, and that's up at the top, like the standing room. So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna chance that. Because that's too much to be full. You know what I'm saying? They're not really the football fans.
Yeah, of course not.
But that's what I'm saying. But you know that they're going to pay that money because, you know, they travel, their fan base travel. For sure. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people made money off of that game just reselling tickets, whether they was going to be there. And that's why I just felt like, because I was telling my coworker, I was like, y'all fans are not loyal. You couldn't do that in Pittsburgh. You couldn't go to Pittsburgh.
Oh, no
team could go to Pittsburgh and try to, you know.
But that is the conversation that I think that we haven't. I mean, I think we try to have here, but we haven't maybe doubled down on it on a long time. I'm going, and I kind of want to take the time right now. I do think watching that and be able to see it on TV and then see the difference when the Steelers played the Ravens today and they pan to the audience and the game getting super, TJ Watt getting the crowd hype, and you see the whole fucking stadium with their yellow flags and they just waving it around. I'm like, oh yeah, if there's no way in hell, I don't even think it was nobody in that stadium without a yellow towel. Like when TJ Watt I think he got like that big sack on Lamar and he got the whole crowd hype and you just see nothing but yellow towels around the whole jump. I do agree with you, and I think that is one of my biggest things about the DMV area, excluding the Ravens fans in the actual Baltimore, but even just still the DMV as a whole, and y'all get mad and wonder why Kevin Durant, like, don't think about just thinking about DMV basketball, why, like, I'm so even screw DMV, you talking about PG County, born and raised, why these niggas don't rush to come and play for the Wizards. Why would I come home to rush for that? And I just know, like you said, it's not no real loyalty to the fan base, because nobody should be able to come on it. You talking about winning, y'all literally was winning, y'all only lost 2 games leading up to the last 2 weeks. There should have been no way in hell that, like what Marcus just said, it shouldn't have been no resale tickets. Niggas shouldn't be reselling their tickets to a winning franchise. Like your team is winning. So it's just like people literally just buy tickets, almost like treating it like it's fucking real estate. Like that shit is corny. Like that's not real fans. Like nothing is P about that. Like I think niggas be thinking like, oh, I'm gonna buy season tickets and I'm just gonna resell them. Like that shit is not cool. That shit is corny. Like I can't get down with that, and that's one of the reasons why I just don't be rushing and geeking and going nowhere. Like if you want to go, I want to. That's why I say I always want to. Just watching that Steelers and Ravens game on TV, like I want to experience that type of fan base, like that, and even Cleveland with the dog pound, or even in Philly, like it's certain. That's why again, when we made a big deal about when the New York niggas rolled down to Philly and they did that during the playoffs, like it was unbelievable. Even for the Joel Embiid, he was still so flabbergasted. Like damn, like this happened in Philly. Like when the fuck did Philly get so soft? Like how did all these Knicks fans even be able to get tickets? And that, so I'm sure for athletes, they see that shit and they feel some type of way when they know that like damn, how our stadium get more packed out with fans of another team. So again, I do realistically, like I know Marcus is a more like this is his personality. He's not a rah loud fan. But and guess what? I'm always find a reason if I can pat myself on the back. I count my track record on the teams that I said was going to be winning their division. I'm damn near spot on the nose for the entire fucking league. I told y'all about the Arizona Cardinals. They making me look like a fucking genius right now. I told y'all about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and my shit was leaning to the Steelers just off the strength of Justin Fields. But I told y'all, y'all know I love Lamar. But what I told y'all before the season even started, I said the Pittsburgh Steelers probably will win that division. I told y'all the same thing about the Arizona Cardinals. What was the other division? I told y'all that about the NFC. What is it? The NFC East. I told you it was going to either between the Eagles and the Redskins, and it is. And that was a hot take. The Redskins was an extremely hot take because they were so trash the season before that. So for them to even still be number 2 and the Cowboys and the Giants to be piss poor battling for 3 and 4 is just another kind of like a pat myself on the back. But like I said, I'm super proud. I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad for Lamar Jackson because that MVP conversation is over now, dog. You was going into before this week playing the Steelers. It was a lot of conversation about Lamar Jackson having a chance to be a 3-time MVP. Listen, y'all know I love Lamar Jackson, but nigga, you can throw that shit out the trash, buddy. It ain't happening, buddy. It's over. Hate to tell you, that conversation is over, especially Josh Allen winning there, Kansas City Chiefs going in there 9-0, undefeated, and Josh Allen belt the ass to the Kansas City Chiefs today. Hey, Lamar, hate to tell you, brother, it's over. You lost. That divisional, I don't know what it is about that fucking Steelers versus the fucking Ravens shit. The Steelers got some fucking voodoo on Lamar Jackson head. And it was so crazy because I'm fucking watching Ice from Joe Budden podcast. He kept tweeting and that nigga was talking cash shit. And I'm one of them niggas like, I ain't gonna get into your comments until I can be able to come back and slam dunk on you. So I'm seeing him. I'm like, man, everybody else in the NFL could be scared of that nappy head ass nigga. We ain't scared of him. That nigga fooled us. I'm like, damn, dog, you talking crazy about my dog.
But it's the truth. And I can say we had this conversation before, and I told you, I'm saying, yes, you not watching them. I said, no, when they play Lamar, we own him. And I get it, like I said, but you don't pay it no mind because of what he do during the regular season against everybody else. Shit, I think against the NFC, he's like what, 24-2 or maybe 3, something like that. Like he got a crazy.
This shit like 1. I think he only lost 1 NFC game.
But they lost to the Eagles, I think. So that's what I'm saying. So, but his record against that is crazy. But when you against us, his record now is 1-5.
Yeah, he looked regular as shit. Oh, he made look Derrick Henry look like fucking seafood platter. Yeah,
my man TJ whacked his ass too.
And shout outs to what's my man that played for the Ravens last year that got that Patrick Queen. Yeah, shout out to Patrick Queen because they was giving that nigga hell all off season. He had back and forth going on with the Ravens, with different Ravens players, with the Raven fan base niggas, you know, because he one of them niggas. He just like Marlon Humphreys. He be one of them niggas who be on Twitter and he be talking cash shit. So niggas was like going back and forth with him doing the summer. Nigga, and he walked in like he talking. I respect niggas who sit here and you tweet or you talk cash money and you can back up the shit that you talk. I respect any nigga who can sit here talk your shit, baby, to back it up. Before we get out of sports, I do want to sit here and play this clip of LaMelo Ball. And you know it's so crazy. I'm one of the people, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, he's stupid, but I seen a nigga tweet something and this shit pissed me off, and I just blocked the nigga. Like, cause I ain't going back and forth with niggas on fucking Twitter. Y'all can have it. I'm just gonna block you. I just don't want to see the shit. So I seen a nigga, he tweeted, the nigga tweeted, I was seeing him say, if Charlotte want to make LaMelo Ball the face of their franchise player, they got to teach him how to be able to talk in the media. Because he said no homo. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, nigga, LaMelo Ball is already the face of that franchise. What the fuck are you talking about?
But I think if you want to market him, you want to get them more games on TV. You want to do like I get that kind of. You gotta kind of tone it down.
Let me tell you why LaMelo Ball don't have to tone it down. Let's bring race into it, nigga. He's fucking a pretty boy, light skinned nigga. Who talk shit.
But that's what. I think it's a big difference. It's a big difference between Anthony Edwards talking shit and LaMelo Ball talking shit.
Why?
Because of because of the performance, the team is winning. Charlotte is not winning, so you do gotta kind of like, all right, you gotta tone it down. Like you popping your shit, but you on a shitty team. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. Yeah, you gotta be careful with it.
So I'm with you on that one. I think that is the difference because when I seen the nigga tweet it and that's what irritated me because I'm like, and I seen a girl tweet this before. Maybe she was on Threads and she said this maybe like 2 weeks ago and she was like, damn, I wish Ja Morant got the same freedom that Anthony Edwards get.
And that's why I say I feel like sometimes you do got to take a little bit of a humble approach on certain things. Like I said, it's cool to pop your shit, but then just like, all right, nigga, if you ain't backing up, because like I remember a couple of times when you say, oh yeah, he went off for 30, 40, but they still lost, and it's just like you can't really pop your shit.
But that's not on him. His team is cheeks. It's
the
difference between LaMelo dropping 30 and his team losing, and fucking Greek Freak dropping 30 and his team losing.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like sometimes you do got to kind of tone it down to be more pleasing. Like I said, you be more pleasing to the organization. Because even like now, I said, what was that right before I think I don't even know when the NFL trade deadline is, but when they was it was like last week or whatever, and they were saying how because Dan Snyder's not there no more people want to come play for the Commanders. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes your image or whatever, how you kind of look, it do show, you know what I'm saying? You got to kind of tame it, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. You want everybody to be able to freedom of speech and talk your shit, but it's just some shit you got to just like, all right, come on.
Yeah, I do. I mean, let's be clear.
That's a healthy fine. That's a healthy fine.
Let's be clear. It is a healthy fine. One, so for people who don't know what we're talking about, I'm going to play this clip of LaMelo Ball. So just real quick, so we can play. I'm gonna play this clip of LaMelo Ball saying no homo. He got fined $100,000, and Anthony Edwards got fined $37,000 for flipping a fan in the middle finger after they won the game.
Right. When we took the shot, yeah, we loaded up. No homo. That's what we wanted. Put the hand up and then just live with the to the left.
And that is again going back into the.
He should have just said pause.
No, he should have just said. I mean, he should have said no Diddy, nigga. We in a whole new time, and I seen people in the comment section on the shade room like, bro, all right, no homo was kind of like played out. You should have definitely said pause, or you should have said no Diddy to kind of make it a little bit more like. If you want to make it a little bit more cultural and you kind of want to still get that off and only people will understand what you're saying is if you would have got off the no Diddy. So that was kind of just like, all right, LaMelo, you kind of showed that you was a little bit out of touch because one, what you said wasn't even worth a no homo.
Thank you.
So you just threw a no homo. You just literally just threw away $100,000 for no reason. Now I'm with y'all on that one. No homo was like what was the purpose of that? There was no reason for the no homo. But
I'm trying to figure out who got fined before. What's Rudy Gobert? It was somebody that got fined before for saying no homo.
Oh, it was Slim to play for the Brooklyn. What's the little nigga to be hooping like shit for the Brooklyn Nets? What is his last name?
Cam Thomas?
No, yeah, that's it right there. Cam. He did. He was the one. He got fined. He didn't get fined 100. I think he was the first one. They probably did. And of course, his contract ain't as big as LaMelo. I want to say he got fined like 50,000. Like to me, 50,000. But I feel, man, that LaMelo Ball was just like, I get it. Like he had no reason to say no homo right there. It was like you just threw that in there just for no reason. But it's still, I'm not a fan of niggas sitting here saying he's not he ain't no face of no franchise just because he said no. Like, get it. Let's be serious. Nigga, Anthony Edwards cuss every fucking interview now. Like, he be going, like, he literally, I'm like, damn, dog. I was surprised they fined him the $37,000 for the middle finger because I'm like, nigga, he cuss every interview now. I'm just be like, damn, when the fuck did the NBA allow niggas to cuss as much as they let Anthony Edwards cuss? And that's why when I seen this girl say that, I was kind of like, damn, that is kind of true. Like, y'all kind of allow Anthony Edwards to get away with the shit that y'all will punish Ja Morant for doing. Like niggas be like,
I don't think they will punish Ja Morant. I think Ja Morant put himself in that position where now people frowned up or look at you kind of. Because like I said before, he was popping his shit, but then it's just like once you got in that situation, it's like, all right, now you got to tone it down. And that's why I say, even with, like I said, going back to that tweet, I get what they saying. If you want to be the face of this franchise and we want to market you that way, you do got to like, get some, media training type.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Real quick, before we get out of sports, just two last things. Did y'all see the seats? There was $2 million at the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul jump.
What was they behind the little?
Yeah, it was like behind the little red box or whatever case may be, but it was like literally ringside, and of course it had the food and all that, and then it also had TVs in the jump. But I'm like, I mean, of course, if you got $2 million to blow on a seat, I don't necessarily know if people actually paid that or that was just something that they was kind of just, they throw a number out there to see if people were going to bite on it a little bit later, maybe at another later date or time. But I seen them Jones was like, damn, $2 million for a seat is fucking crazy. But again, I mean, shout outs to Jake Paul and shout outs to Mike Tyson, because I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, Netflix do got to figure out how to get it to stream a little bit better. Like I said, me personally,
I think it's. I mean, like I said,
I think it's gonna come. Yeah, I think of course it'll come.
Because you got to think about the verses. The first time the first time,
of course, and then they eventually had to.
Once you call the right people and you got the right.
Yeah, you'll get it and you'll figure. And it's just the even.
Trust me, I'm pretty sure by Christmas Day that's not gonna happen for them guys.
No, I mean, of course, because even just look how far they came from. What was the first show that they ever tried to do a live reunion for? I believe it was Love Is Blind. I believe Love Is Blind was the first show.
I thought Chris was Chris.
No. They tried it before Chris Rock. They did they tried to do a live reunion with Love Is Blind, and it just because so many people into that show. It crashed. It crashed. I remember that crashing with that Love Is Blind reunion, and they never got the show. And then, of course, they went from, okay, that one didn't work. Then the next one they came back with was the Chris Rock joint. But of course, as many people ain't gonna care about Chris Rock as they would to watch a fight or watching a sporting event. So I do, like you say, I think this was a learning curve for them. And to me, to be honest, I think even it was kind of like a benefit for Mike Tyson kind of having that health scare. And then again, like I said, thoughts and prayers to Mike Tyson with that one, because he did sit here and say, even training up for the fight, I believe he had like some blood clot issues. Like he felt like he almost died while he was training for the fight. So again, hopefully Mike Tyson can use this money and actually just really get his health together. And last but not least, I know I cannot get out of here without showing my girl some love. If you are watching this on YouTube, you already see the cereal boxes behind me. And again, I told y'all, don't let fucking white media fool y'all for who the real deal
The
is.
spotlight comes with expectations. On the court and off the court. But I'll never put myself in a box. I'd rather be on one.
Nigga, that is a bar on top of bar. So again, if you are maybe living under a rock or if you're not watching this, I will clip this one up. Of course, Angel Reese do got her cereal boxes in Target and Walmart. I don't know about every grocery store, but I know for a fact in Target and Walmart, they do have an Angel Reese's Reese Puff box. And again, like I said, I love to sit here and say, I understand trying to debate y'all when y'all watch ESPN and y'all believe in ESPN more than y'all believe in me. Cool, that's on you. Y'all believe in the white man and y'all believe in y'all own people. That's on y'all. Y'all got to figure that out in a later date of time. I'm not going to be one of the people that's going to say, I'm trying to be I'm trying to be Harriet Tubman. Y'all niggas want to be one of them. Y'all want to be the nigga on Django. What's Samuel Jackson on Django? I'm trying to help y'all to the promised land. I told y'all who was I don't care what ESPN told you. I told y'all who the superstar was. You can sit here and dance around and scream that Caitlin Clark shit. You cannot personally take your two hands. I got two hands on this hand right now. You cannot personally purchase nothing with fucking Caitlin Clark face on this. I got this box in my hand. This is a company that sit here and said, hey, guess who can move product? And guess what? They was right. I took my black ass to Target and Walmart because it's two separate boxes. This one got, what's the stat on this one? This one is the rebounds. This one is assists, and there's two other jumps. I couldn't find the other two. So guess what? You got to figure it out. You can tell me whatever you want. Stephen A. Smith can talk red and loud into the blue in his face. Nigga, you just a tap dancing fucking monkey. I'm telling y'all the truth. Hey, I was the same way I was right about the AFC North, who was going to be in the division lead, the same way I told y'all about the AFC West. You're going to have to figure it out. I don't know what to tell y'all niggas. Stop listening to Stephen A. And y'all sit here and tell another friend to tell another friend, hey, Mikey be sending us down the right path. He might say it the wrong way. It might offend you a little couple times. But hey, I'm going to tell you what's need to be heard. Real quick, matter of fact, before we get out of here, damn, we got to give some love to Deion Sanders, Coach Prime in Colorado, 8-2 now. They are damn near marching their way, of course, to college football. I mean, to the college football playoffs. Realistically, they look like they will be winning the Big 12 conference. And I guess realistically, the real conversation right now is, of course, going between Travis Hunter and what's the school the other young man play? I feel bad because I'm disrespecting him because, of course, he is a running back and he is black too. But damn, I can't even remember the team he played for. And I know it's not Florida, but their uniforms is
Boise State. Is that what it is? With the blue?
It's blue and orange. I gotta look at it. Just give me one second. I'm gonna play this Deion Sanders clip and then I go look and tell you what school he played for.
Had a tremendous day. He had an interception, a touchdown, and then one of the crazier catches you'll ever see. What would your message be to Heisman voters who are undecided? In his case,
I've been getting no message on Heisman voters is undecided. If they can't see, they can't see. It is what it is. I mean, Travis is who he is. He's supposed to go to the best college football player. I think that's been a wrap since week 2. So we ain't petitioning for nobody. We ain't doing that. We got a wonderful display of cameras here, and I think we're on national television every week. If they can't see it, there's a problem. Don't allow their hatred for me to interfere with our kids' success. They got to stop that. Y'all got to stop some of y'all like that. Y'all got to stop that, man. Give the kids what they deserve, man. I done had my turn. You had, I played 14 years. You had 14 years to hate me. Now let it go.
Report, Travis.
So again, the young man, it is Marcus is right. It is Boise State, and the young man, he is number 32. His name is Ashton Jossie. I can't pronounce his name. He got one of them. He got a real black name. It's a little bit tricky. I apologize. But I guess my only pushback for him, and I guess his Heisman push in Canada, and I do like this Shedeur Sanders kind of throw a little bit of light jabs in their press conferences because he's getting the ball like 32 times, bro. Like 32 carries realistically, that can't carry on to the NFL level. Like even
that's what they do in the NFL.
Shit, who getting 32 carries?
Shit, how much? What's name had today? I think he had. They be getting them carries like that.
32, dog. Ain't no running
if you
back
run it,
32 carries right now. Ain't no way. Let's look at what's perfect. Let's go to hold on. I'm gonna look at the stats for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Ravens game because that was a running game. Let's go to carries real quick. Player stats. Let's just go to rushing. Derrick Henry had 13 carries. Lamar Jackson carried the ball 4 times. Hill carried it twice on the Steelers. Harris ran 18 times. Warner, and that's number 30. He ran 9 times. Justin Fields ran twice. Russell Wilson ran 4. Nigga, they ain't even got 30 combined.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But you got to think: do Boise have anything else? Do we have a wide receiver? Anything?
No, but that's my point.
So
And
that's
so that's their point, and that's my point. No, you kind of forcing it. You give it like the last 2 games. This dude had 32 carries. One game, I think he ran for like damn near almost 300 yards. But then the next game, he ran for only like 150. He had 32 carries, the same thing. So that's their only point. Is like, yeah, he getting the ball 32 times. So you kind of forcing it, but realistically, 32 times don't necessarily mean that he as good as y'all projecting him as. So you see him saying 1 week you get 32 carries and you damn near almost get 300 yards, and then the next week you get the same 32 carries and you only get 150. Nigga, you talking about that's a 150 drop off. So it's just like, I get what they saying where like, nigga, we ain't forcing to get a ball to Travis Hunter. We just throwing it up there and he making big plays. Like he made the big catch last week. And again, like I said, I mean, most people, and again, let's be clear. Black people, we do one horrible thing here. Like, nigga, we are bandwagon fans. If this is not your team, you bleed. Like if you're not like a diehard fan of a team, y'all know we kind of get on shit and we be on the bandwagon. A lot of people with Colorado last year was really the bandwagon vibes, especially for most people, like the first big hit. If you live in the state of Maryland,
yeah, what's name had 26 carries. Saquon Barkley had 26 against the Commanders. And had 27 against the Jaguars. So like I said, depending on what type of, and that's what I'm saying. If he's that running back, they're gonna use him.
I mean, maybe. I mean, and that kind of speak for, let's be clear, and just, I mean, because we kind of glanced over, we ain't really get on no deep dive on the Eagles. Shout out to Saquon Barkley, because Saquon, again, when we talk about niggas who get pushed out of the MVP conversation, we may in a couple of weeks, if the Eagles keep winning the way they winning, after realistically, I guess right now the test gonna be for niggas in their MVP category is gonna be when they play Pittsburgh. So if Saquon can still kind of do what he been doing and he can kind of have one of them type of games against Pittsburgh, Saquon Barkley may be pushing himself into the MVP conversation. If we being honest, he been balling, and let's be clear, Jalen Hurts been looking like cheeks, and he getting to hide behind Saquon Barkley. But Jalen Hurts to have them 2 big name wide receivers and him to kind of be able to really honestly lean on Saquon Barkley a lot. Like Saquon Barkley has been looking like, nigga, he been looking like a different type of demon out there. So again, like I said, I know for all the women, I know we killing y'all, but I do this. We ain't talked about sports in a minute. So I mean, just allow us just to get that a little bit off. I believe that was it. I guess, the last thing is ESPN did get the rights for Inside the NBA. So you don't have to worry about Shaq, Ernie, and Kenny going anywhere. They will be going to ESPN next season, so they will be still broadcasting.
Not going to,
but still airing. So the same way they do with Pat McAfee, how Pat McAfee is leasing his show to ESPN, so they'll still 9 times out of 10, whoever's doing the broadcast already, for NBA Inside the NBA, their whole TV, because that was one of the biggest things with Charles Barkley, was basically just trying to keep their TV crew. They just wanted to keep their TV crew. They wanted to keep their people who run the cameras, their people who do the production behind them. He wanted to keep them. He wanted them to keep their job, because of course, let's be clear, Shaq and Charles Barkley, Ernie, they made enough money on Inside the NBA. They don't need the money, but they still, like, you become family with the people who record and the people who do the cameras and all that. So you want them people to still be able to keep a job and still be able to provide for their families. So shout outs to them for holding down and be able to figure out a way for them to still be able to broadcast. I kind of really don't even really care about getting into the Gervonta, because Boosie said he would get in the ring with Gervonta Davis for $20 million. I'm not gonna hold you, Boosie. Gervonta Davis will send you. Let me play this clip.
It's out. They done stole my role model last night, my churn, making fun of me. Everybody talking. That man 58 years old and went and got 20 M's. 58 years old and went and got 20 M's. I'm proud of him. Give me 20 million right now. Anybody give me 20 million right now, I'm jumping in the ring with Gervonta. Tank gotta knock me out. Call Bud. What my other nephew name? Shakur. Call everybody and tell them 20 mil. Fight on Netflix with Boosie. Yeah, we gonna break the numbers. I'm gonna throw more than Tyson throw. I bet you that. Might put me up, but hey, 20 mil. I need that 20 M's. I'm gonna throw them. I'm calling out Tank. Wait to taste what the other? Shakur, Bud.
again, that kind of just go into the conversation we were just having earlier when we was talking about Cam Newton and Jazzy, bro. Principles and morals is out. If the money is right, I don't care, man or woman, niggas will throw their principles and morals completely out the window. Because let's be clear, for 20, I don't care if it's 20 million, 30 million. Nigga, Tank is 20-something years old. Boosie, you think he get in the ring for 20 million. You won't even be able to spend that 20 million. That's how bad Tank could do fucking Boosie. He'll fucking make Boosie fucking diabetes pop up in the fucking ring and make that nigga piss fucking blood. Like, I hear you. It sounds sweet. It sounds cool. But yeah, I'm absolutely, I don't believe it. You need more people. What else was going on? We can go back into like one of the balloon popping jumps because y'all know that's my favorite shit.
Your balloon unpopped.
Castro, 34.
Mm-hmm. And why was your balloon unpopped?
I mean, she cool. I was looking at her. She look nice, you know. It's fine.
Thank
I really
you.
see too many things I can complain about her, you know. Make a reason to really pop it. I was just listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why did we end up popping his?
Too flashy. I'm not a flashy person. You know, if you make money, that's fine and all. I just wouldn't want other people to know.
Right.
You just never know other people's intention. And if you're flashy, you just never know what you're bringing on.
Sure.
That's all.
Thank you. I mean, as a man, you know, my job is to provide and protect, you know. So even though if a man's flashy, but can he make sure we okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Regardless whether he's flashy or not, whatever he has. So we can't drive a flashy car, nice car, because we got to worry about somebody trying to take something because they don't have it. But the thing is, can he protect you? Can he protect you when you in these streets when we's being flashy? Because regardless, you gonna spend money wherever you go. So we got to look at we at the lowest of the totem pole because we scared what somebody else think. No, I think not. I'm gonna show out wherever I go.
Yeah. I feel you.
That's all. You showing out. You got that ass on, them titties out.
Thank you.
Lord.
Okay, so shit, why I can't have my chains out? You got ass and titties out.
Yeah.
Your security as a man has to kind of be at a different level for you to kind of be like, I know I don't need the chains and the watches and stuff to be able to get the same attention that I would be able to get with or more. And that comes just a different level of security as man. It's the way how you present yourself, and that may just take a little bit more discipline. I do feel like that's just the easy way out. And I think that is something like when you're younger, I'm not thinking about, I don't have no discipline. I ain't thinking about going to the gym. So of course, when you're younger and you just want to be super flashy, you wearing the expensive clothes, you wearing the chains and stuff. But I do think the older you get, and you kind of should meet kind of like the smarter thing is to draw less attention to yourself. And it is something that people can't rob you for. Because what she was trying to basically say is like, yeah, you can draw that attention. He's saying where you gonna go spend money at, but that kind of go back to the conversation I was saying why I wouldn't want to go to the MGM. I don't want to go nowhere where I'm spending money and I feel out of place. And that's kind of just going back into realistically, it's a sad thing, but let's be honest, I'd rather go somewhere and spend my money where it's more white people at, where I may stick out as just in my skin color, may stick out like a sore thumb. But if I'm grown enough where I'm not wearing the chains or nothing and my clothes may fit a lot better, then I'm kind of in a situation where, all right, cool, I may not live just because I'm black. I may not fit in this space, but the way I'm dressed, the way I'm presenting myself is, and I'm spending money at a nice restaurant, they're not thinking about, they're not even looking twice. The only thing they're going to figure out is like, damn, what's this nigga doing here? How can he afford to be here? But it's not nobody thinking about robbing me. They just looking at me like, damn, this little nigga got some money that he can afford to even be at this restaurant or be at this movie theater or be at this bowling alley, whatever the case may be. But his mindset is just you thinking like a nigga, like you just want to be, I want to be flashy, I want to be seen. So I get where she coming from, but then I get his pushback was, well, damn, why I can't have my chains on? You got your ass and titties out. Both of us realistically trying to draw attention to ourselves. Which is the truth, because it's like, all right, that is your, and the thing is, what was so funny, I thought about this because I've been trying to catch myself with a little bit more discipline when it comes to just how I behave on social media, because I'm like, all right, cool, if you know you're really not trying to date and entertain nobody, stop even flirting in the DMs. So I've been kind of trying to like catch myself, but I thought to myself like, damn, what is it can a man actually even have to grab women's attention the same way, like when a nigga see a fat ass or you see some big titties, like niggas just can't even help themselves. And I be trying to I catch myself all the time. I'm like, bro, slow down. Like you don't want to be the thirsty nigga. You don't want to be the nigga that we laugh at when we sit here podcast on you talking about when girls go in their group chats or their DMs. So it's kind of like, how do you catch yourself, or you kind of like, what is it that Eric, I guess my question is for you as a woman, what do you feel like is the man's version of ass and titties? Like, what can a man do to kind of get the woman's eye the same way, like when a man see like, I don't even know what it be. Like that shit is just so I don't even know the math or the science behind it. And maybe I just need to find a book or something to read when people like when you see an ass, like men just lose their mind. Like I seen a girl had me in her close friends and she just lift up like her like showing her bathing suit. I'm like, bro, you've seen a million women in bathing suits, but then when that just be like, you just lose your mind. So I don't know what is there something that a man can present himself to kind of get that same attention where it's not like the material stuff? Or niggas just SOL.
You mean like the ass and titties part of it?
Yeah. Like what is it like? Because niggas is horny. I mean, I guess in some women who kind of like women, they kind of be, because I do know some women are that creepy too. Like women can appreciate a nice pair of ass and titties too if it's like proportionally right. If it's not, we ain't talking about the crazy BBL jokes. We just talking about nice natural ass and titties, nigga. I mean, I feel like women can appreciate it as well. So what is it that a man can kind of present that can help get that same type of, I guess, attention that women get off of their posting ass and titties?
Women print watch.
For real?
Mm.
Yeah, see, but for niggas, that's like that. The sad thing for of most niggas, that's kind of like just the rough part where it's like every nigga ain't gonna be blessed like that. And again, like I think man, where the fuck is Dr. Miami at? Like I feel like it ain't no real. It stopped being conversations about that because for as a nigga, you kind of like niggas, you basically up for shit's creek if you ain't fucking hung like a goddamn horseman. So I don't know what to tell you niggas, but I swear to God, I really thought about that shit because I was like, damn, how did I fucking literally, my brain almost jumped out my body when I seen this broad in this bathing suit. I'm like, bro, it shouldn't even be like that. Like, you should have some type of fucking decor about yourself. What else? It was something else that I wanted to play real quick. I did want to play this clip of Soulja Boy because I told y'all this is how I felt about Plies last week when he was talking about the lawsuit.
If you're talking about some man, you know Plies on you. Plies, if you don't sit your bro down, what the fuck wrong with your cheap? Pretty boy swag is not your beat. So you want to wait 10 years to try to sue a nigga for a beat. That is not your beat, crazy man. What the fuck is wrong with you, Plies? Need to change your name to Lies, cause you a motherfucking lie. You know that ain't your motherfucking beat, bro. What the fuck wrong with you? You should have just said, hey, bro, I'm broke. Let me hold something. You Plies, you don't sit your bald-headed down some. Your motherfucking hairline in the middle of your head. Fuck out of here. That beat is all original music. You only can sue somebody if they sample your song and don't get it cleared. That is not a sample, bro. Sit your bro down some. The fuck wrong with you? Talking about some man, you know.
So again, like I mean, I told y'all last week, I kind of felt that way about Plies, and I didn't say it as disrespectful as Soulja Boy, but that kind of was the energy that I was really getting off him. He kind of made a better point, like why would you wait 10 years? Like the bigger song, realistically, I don't care. Like the Wannabe song is cool, but that song still ain't nowhere big as Pretty Boy Swag. So how do you skip trying to sue Soulja Boy when Pretty Boy Swag was Pretty Boy Swag? And now you trying to get some money for it, like it's screaming like, "Hey, I'm broke and I need some bread." Like it's kind of like I don't know no other ways, if we being honest, how to really kind of dress it up. If we keeping it a buck, like what other way can you honestly dress it up? Like I don't feel like it's not too much other ways that you honestly can say that. And when we kind of were just talking about sports betting, I wish I would have brought this up. New York City sets a whole new record for monthly betting at $2.3 billion. Bro, do you know how crazy that is? That don't mean niggas want that money. That's how much money people actually bet it. Nigga, in New York City, niggas literally bet $2.3 billion in 1 month. No, I'm that bad. Sports gambling, like that shit. I ain't gonna sit here and say it's bad as social media yet, because I don't know the side effects to it yet.
It is worse.
But nigga, that shit is dog. The only reason why I'm gonna say it's not worse than social media, because that's like your own device. Like you kind of really nobody can really make you bet, or nobody can't make you like you don't feel no type of way. Yeah, I see people place their winnings all the time, but that don't make me feel no type of way, because it just like
why I say it is worse, because you're not spending no money on your social media. You getting on social media.
I mean, but you kind of hear though.
Yeah, nah, you're not. That how much people are spending. I'm pretty sure you probably looking at you. I don't know how much you didn't spend, but I've seen niggas how much they probably have put into betting.
Oh yeah, see, I'm not one of them type of niggas. Like I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. So I get it. Like I said, why I say I think it's worse is social media, because it's like, all right, you're spending this money just to catch a lick, and you're not necessarily catching. Yeah, you might catch it once in a blue moon, but how much you actually investing and putting into that? That's a lot. That's why I say I feel like.
I'm with you. I think one thing is, but reason again why I say it's not worse than social media, because let's just take this in place. How many niggas have? Let's be clear. The $300, $500 date is a thing because of social media. I don't think it's. Now I'm not saying it's not. I'm sure there are people, but I'm talking about just for the majority of the crowd. I'm sure it's been more people who have went on $300 or $500 dates than it's been niggas who've just lost $300 and $500 on gambling. Not saying they haven't lost $300, but I don't think it just off of one night. Just think about like, hey, I'm trying to do it for the gram. I'm going like, especially when Roof Chris was first becoming a thing, where people was like, damn, y'all, everybody taking their little pictures like at Roof Chris with the bag in your hand. Like that was a thing. Think about how that was like an epidemic. Like everybody and their mother was doing it. I don't feel like when it comes to sports betting, I don't feel like it's that much of like, if you into gambling that hard, 9 times out of 10, you done probably won something as well. Because if you just completely lost, I don't think you really get that bug. Like I feel like you get that bug if you done had some big wins. So if you done had some big wins, that means you done probably lost into your wins. But I don't feel like if you just completely lost $500, ain't never won $500, and you should never be uploading money to your whatever account ever again in life, unless you're just an idiot. Like that don't make no sense to me. I'm not betting. I'm not uploading $500 into my FanDuel account if I never won $500 before. Like whatever the most you have ever won, you should never like even if you bet all the way to your last dollar, you should never upload more. Like I'm one of them type of people. Like I'm only gonna bet what I win, and then if I end up losing all of I bet, I'm still never putting back in more than I've ever won. And I'm still to the point, nigga, I'm cheap, and I feel like I believe in my bets enough that I might only upload $10.
But see,
because I feel like I can work off my $10 like it's the block. Like, all right, nigga, I'm just going to slow bet my bets back into, or I'm going to build me up a good enough parlay where I can take 5 here and 5 there, and I should be able to build and be able to play off of that. I'm not about to just keep dumping in $100 every week. Like you got a real gambling problem. And I'm not saying I'm sure there's people out there that's like that.
And that's why I say I think it's worse than social media, because look how many people used to travel to Petersville, you know what I'm saying, like those places just to place your bet. You know what I'm saying? Like you remember we just started getting sports betting able on your phone.
But that's what I'm saying. But I think those people actually win though.
But that's still, that's why I'm just saying I get it. You're just probably thinking about doing the betting off your phone, but it's just like that's why I say the sports betting gambling thing. I feel like it's worse than social media because it's just like more people are getting hip to it. Just like you say, a rack of females that's just doing it. Not necessarily watching the sport, but they just know that's a quick, I can win some money. Just pick it up.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was pissed. I seen this girl today, nigga. She put $5 in and she won $355 off the Ravens and Steelers jump. But that's one of those things where it's like, to win a bet like that, I'm not saying that she ain't do it herself, but whoever made that slip for her, or even if she came up with herself, you actually have to be a gambler and not a fan of the sport. Because I bet like a fan. So I'm not, that's why I'm never gonna come on here and try to give nobody no picks, because I'm still a fan. I'm a fan of sports before I care about the betting part. So realistically, I'm gonna bet like a fan. Like my shit today, like I bet like a fan. Like I want to say I took like Derrick Henry for 100 yards and Lamar Jackson passing 200, the Ravens money line. Like I bet like a fan. Her shit was like Zay Flowers under 4 receptions and shit. Like she bet like a real, like somebody had to really watch a lot of Steelers versus Ravens games to know like, nigga, this gonna be a low scoring game. It ain't gonna be a bunch of throwing the ball and a bunch of crazy runs. And everybody's stats is going to be low. Like her shit hit because everybody was under. Like it wasn't like, but that feel like that was somebody who realistically, you're not a fan of either team. You just a real gambler. So I do understand it is separations of the two. I'm sure it's some people who I'm a fan of sports. I just like to bet on games that I watch and players that I like. Those are people like me. Then there are people who realistically, I ain't betting as no fan. I'm real life trying to make a living off of gambling. But I still don't think that if you can make a living off of gambling, I still don't think those are as bad as people who are just going on social media and hey, I'm going to Jamaica just so I can get one of those videos with the niggas rubbing the white stuff on me. Or I'm going to sit here. It's my birthday. I want to take a picture in the clear boat in the middle of the ocean. Like that shit to me is still social media shit. That still got people living above their means and doing things that they probably wasn't thinking twice about, because only reason why they doing it because they were influenced off of social media. I feel like sports betting is either you bet just because you're a fan or you just a real live gambler. I'm not sitting here saying like I don't know how we could take a real poll to see which one is worse, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt that I did not bet with the Bengals tonight, and that should have been and that was my last. I was like, damn, my last bet of the day should have been with them, and I thought realistically I was at least gonna bet. I was gonna take my winnings from the Chief game in which they lost, so it wasn't nothing for me to bet with the Bengals. I can't believe they came back. I'm glad. I don't know, and this is a little bit of racism of me. I don't know who I don't like more, if it's Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert. It's probably Justin Herbert, because Joe Burrow is kind of like one of those. And let's be clear, I do think because I don't want to sit here and call myself a racist, I like white people who kind of got a little bit of swag. And I like Joe Burrow because they call him Joe Shiesty. Like, I'm sorry, I'm one of them people. I'm one of those black people who give out a cookout pass too fast. I'm not gonna hold you. And I meant to sit here. And again, when we talk about hot takes that we had, and remember when, and I swear to God, ladies, we don't get off sports and we get into whatever else. But remember at the beginning of the basketball season, what I tell you, Dalton Connect. Shout outs to fucking Connect 4. Man, that white nigga is balling. And Austin Reeves, you is one lucky white motherfucker, because I swear to God, if Vanderbilt or one of them other niggas can stay healthy, Austin Reeves, you will be sitting right on the bench with fucking D'Angelo Russell, because they got a new fucking white boy in LA. And I swear to God, that Dalton Connect, that white nigga is hooping. And if the Lakers, I got a hot take that's not even a hot take for real. I already told you I thought realistically to me the rookie of the year would either been Dalton Connect or would have been Zach Edey. But realistically, I think
I'm the sleeper. I think, and I only seen a couple of his Shorty in the 76ers.
Oh yeah, y'all got the little, but just so crazy. One, he ain't been going so crazy on the TikTok. I do respect that, because he probably one of the niggas like, all right, cool, I'm not gonna keep drawing. But I think there's two things that can be that kind of can be detrimental to him a little bit, and that's why you kind of even realistically you got to kind of give Angel Reese a little bit more respect, because she just gonna double down on it. Whatever y'all criticize her on, she gonna double down on it, and he kind of fell back, because I think him falling back on it kind of people not really talking about. Because you're absolutely right, the nigga been hooping. He the only thing in Philly hooping right now, because Paul George can't stay healthy, Joel Embiid can't stay healthy, and Maxey out right now. So realistically, he the only nigga, he getting free fucking buckets, and he kind of balling, but because he ain't painting his nails or he not doing all the TikTok dances. Like, I think I seen him do like one little funny TikTok jump since he been in Philly, and I think that was recently. I think after the game when he scored like 29, I think he did something like in a hot tub or something, and I think he went viral. But nigga, you should what got you popping, and you should double down and triple down on it. Like, don't allow niggas to bully you off of what got you lit, because right now that's what's gonna get you in the rookie of the year conversation. But again, my hot take would be, if the Lakers can stay the 4th seed in the Western Conference, I do think Anthony Davis may get a strong fight for MVP and Defensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year. He can get MVP, and Dalton Connect can get Rookie of the Year, but the Lakers will have to at least stay the 4th seed. They can't do none of that play-in shit. You do the play-in, then they're just gonna take you out of the MVP conversation. But if the Lakers can stay the 4th seed, at least the 4th at the bare minimum, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm still, as a person who been a Lakers fan since LeBron and AD been there, I'm still kind of questioning, like, damn, is this shit real or is it fake? But nigga, Anthony Davis is looking like the real deal. That nigga damn near like pissing a 30 ball like every night now. 30 and fucking 14 rebounds and block. Like, Anthony Davis is playing out of his mind. And I know everybody probably still super locked into the NFL, so niggas ain't really paying attention to the NBA like that. But just we'll bring that conversation back a little bit later. But kind of again doubling down on a conversation that we had earlier when we talk about principles and morals. I'm gonna play this clip of Gloss Up from she still signed to QC, and I don't know how QC still keep. I know how and probably why before I say it. I'm sure QC is still keeping her because realistically, you can't, because that's still like she still got some attachment to Glorilla. So while Glorilla is scorching hot, you probably still want to keep her signing them. And the reason why I said that, because I did see a video of Lakia going back and forth with somebody on TikTok, because I guess Lakia got dropped from QC. And I think realistically, we talking about just pure rapping skills. I think Lakia is 100 times better rapper than Gloss Up. So I feel like the only reason why if QC dropped Lakia, the only reason why they ain't dropped Gloss Up is just because Gloss Up friends with Glorilla.
Ain't been around me in probably a year, and she going around this motherfucker talking about I'm broke.
Mommy, I need help.
Broke?
Mommy.
Huh? What?
I need help.
Y'all must forgot. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know me. And my friends, they can fucking vouch for me, baby. Even when I was broke, bitch, I wasn't fucking broke. Because I promise you, I had this Chinese trick that did everything for everybody. That's why I don't understand this shit. And it's crazy because when I had that trick, like, I had ran through so much money to the point I was making sure everybody was straight, from my mama, my brothers, my sisters, everybody, my daddy. My daddy was calling. The nigga was fucking 70. And my daddy was talking about some son-in-law. Like, that's how you know this shit. The nigga was making sure everybody was good. What? When I was broke, I didn't go to you. I didn't go to my mama. I asked my mama. But when she was like, no, that ain't do shit but motivate me to go get on my shit. The hell? You got up in there. I swear to God, y'all, the nigga was motherfucking 70 years old, an Asian. Y'all can go on my Facebook page. Y'all can see the pictures. Y'all, he didn't even fucking speak English for real to the point I called his ass Charlie. The fuck? My daddy literally, what's up, son-in-law? Don't fucking play with me. I didn't ask your ass for no goddamn money, girl. Stop lying. Y'all must forget. I still got the keys to my cars the nigga bought me. I didn't even wreck neither one of the cars. Y'all, this girl ain't been around.
So real quick, the reason why I wanted to play that clip too, that was gloss up. But two things, I guess, did y'all hear the biggest, to me, red flag out of that whole video?
Yeah, the baby in the background.
Oh, okay, cool. I was trying to see where y'all parenting skills was at, because when I was listening to that
I really
video,
wasn't even paying attention to what she was really talking about. I just kept hearing the goddamn kid, mommy, get in there, mommy.
That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see what y'all parenting was going to pick that one up. Yeah, but that realistically was her. And I guess when I say principles and morals, and I guess the other parenting part I wanted to take out of that, as parents, would y'all go into what she's sitting here saying, and that to me, especially as a father, like she's saying, my dad was calling her 70-year-old Chinese boyfriend at the time, and she basically was saying she was getting money from this 70-year-old Chinese man and was basically finessing him for bread. He barely even spoke English, but her dad was calling this nigga son-in-law. To me, that's just crazy. And that's what, again, when I'm talking about principles and morals, like principles and morals literally go out the window with some money attached to it.
Of course. Like people not worried about the morals when it comes to the money.
So you think you could see yourself as a parent calling somebody 70 years old son-in-law?
No.
For your 20-year-old daughter? This girl is in her 20s.
You know, son-in-law.
Son-in-law, dog, a 70-year-old Chinese man? And don't get it twisted. Her father is a younger parent as well. Like I'm sure her dad maybe like in his like 40 something. Because I did see like a video of her and her dad like hanging out before he tried to dress like a young nigga. But still, dog, I don't care. I'm not sitting here as no father sitting here calling some 70-year-old man, which I'm sure like even if you're not having sex with him, you still had to send him some videos. You had to show him some titties or something. So like, come on, dog, let's be serious. And real quick, just a sidebar, I would tell people you have to be very careful on what y'all send on y'all Instagram DMs. And the reason why I say that is because, dog, I don't know. I was trying to send a little sports app to a young lady of mine. She was thinking about, damn, I don't want to have to sit here and pay for the NFL package. I'm like, bro, I'll send you the link. Don't sit here and waste your money. And I try to send it to her via DM, and it kept, every time I kept trying to send it, it wouldn't let it go through. And I'm like, damn. So if y'all know if you can off the gate read what type of link I'm trying to send, and and you flagging this where I can't even send it through, I'm like, damn, what else do y'all really be just seeing what people sending? Like that to me was kind of like that was kind of scary. Like how the fuck did they know that?
What's name like that type of what's names you can't send. So like it might already have it tagged as okay, they're trying to send this because like even on Facebook you can't actually put the link in and you got to take a letter out or something like that for people to even know what you're talking about. So like certain things they already have set in their what's name is like, all right, you can't send this.
I get what I understand. Like to me, I felt like that would have made more sense if I was trying to send it on a timeline. Like if I was on Threads and I was trying to post it on my timeline, I get flagged it then. But if I'm sending it via DM, it's like damn, the DM really ain't personal then.
That's what I'm saying. I just think they have it set as a program setup. I don't think people just monitoring your DMs because if that's the case, you know how many people will be getting exposed if somebody was monitoring their DMs. Like reading everything. Come on, because like you said, there will be no privacy. If you work that job, how much information you think you'll be leaking?
I guess it probably depends.
You'll be leaking all that shit though, right? If you can sit here, if you had access to everybody's DMs and who they send back and forth, you'll be posting that shit to TMZ and all that. That's why I said I don't know how it worked behind those, but I think it's just they got it set as, oh, you can't use this link or you can't send that. I don't think everybody's just looking at you.
You know what's so crazy? I forgot to play this when we was talking about Mike Tyson earlier. 2 clips. I want to play this clip of Mike Tyson. It's Mike Tyson. Oh my God. And this little girl, because I follow her on TikTok, and the little girl name is Jazzy, and she's a young girl. She be doing her thing on social media, but she interviews like a lot of course, like sports people. Sports is kind of like what I really kind of know her for, because she do a lot of stuff with the Knicks, do a lot of stuff with like the Liberty and stuff. She do a lot of stuff in New York, but she didn't even interview Jay-Z, Rihanna, and all of that. So the kind of like
I thought she was a hit. I thought she did like hip hop stuff. I didn't know she did sports.
Oh yeah, she did sports shit. She done done some shit.
Yeah, because I mean, no, when I
said,
like I said,
with Jalen Brunson, and she done some shit with Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, all them New York Knicks niggas. She done stuff with all of them, and she definitely didn't done stuff with the Liberty. But this Mike Tyson was kind of like, nigga, she literally like her last 3 or 4 big interviews was literally like Jay-Z, then Rihanna, the Liberty, and then Mike Tyson with some bullshit completely left.
Into the ring for this fight, you are setting a monumental opportunity for kids my age to see the legend Mike Tyson in the ring for the first time. So after such a successful career, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
Man, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that? What a big ego. So I'm going to die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before, someone say that as an answer.
Can you really imagine somebody say, I want my legacy to be this way when you're dead? Why do you want somebody? Do you think somebody really wants to think about you? What's the audacity? I think I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the fuck cares about me when I'm gone? Well, my kids, maybe, or grandkids. Who the fuck cares?
And again, thank you so much for sharing that. Well, in your return to the ring for this.
Hold on real quick. I feel like I gotta play some other one of her jumps just so y'all
you are setting
can really get the setup, like how crazy that is. Like you just gotta think about how left that is. Let me find a jump with like her and just her.
But was Mike Tyson wrong for what he said?
No, Mike Tyson's not wrong for what he said, but nigga, just perfect example. Watch this with her and Rihanna. How people are used to her and used to the interviews that she getting and how people respond to her. For her to get that response from Mike Tyson is crazy.
Miss Rihanna, you're originally from Barbados and rep it every chance you get, especially during Carnival time.
The world is gonna know that we Bajan to the bone.
Why is it so important for you to stay in tune with your culture and with your West Indian roots? And what do you love most about being from Barbados?
I actually only know being from Barbados. Barbados will always be represented through any art form of mine because I can't really help it. It's not even a choice of mine. But as long as I do have the choice, Barbados will be a part of me.
Well, I love how you rep where you're from. Any chance that you get, I feel like that's very important. Representation is key. As I always say, you looked beautiful in your masquerade costume during Carnival time in Barbados. I really loved it.
Thank you.
And making sure that everyone knows where you're from is also very important.
Of course. Where are you from?
I'm from Panama.
What?
Yeah.
Panama. Caribbean girl. Caribbean massive.
So that's my point. That's just the normal energy that she get. All right, let me play the Jay-Z one and then I'm done. We can go to something.
What's your biggest motivation that kept you on your grind?
I'm thinking that's a really good question. Just knowing to represent for a whole culture of people. I know every time I open the door, it opens the door for someone like yourself.
Thank you.
Successful.
Can you tell all my viewers how leaving your hometown or comfort zone can help you mentally?
Ooh, that's a deep question for sure. I think getting out of your comfort zone is the fastest way for growth. It's hard to grow when you're comfortable. When I left a small city in North Carolina, 200,000 people, 150,000 people, and came to New York with 8 million, 10 million people, I was for sure uncomfortable. But just like you interviewing Jay-Z, I felt some nerves, but more importantly, I felt focused and I felt ready for the task. So I had to get out of my comfort zone to make it happen.
All my interviews end on a pot.
So listen to what I'm saying. So that's just my point of just what she normally used to getting. So to get that Mike Tyson answer and response from Mike Tyson just completely left was to me, which is absolutely crazy. But again, it wouldn't be Mike Tyson if you didn't get that type of crazy answer. And then again, just in Mike Tyson news, because of course Mike Tyson was kind of dominating the headlines over the week. Mike Tyson overshared a sex story that he had, basically saying him and a homeboy of his was having I don't know why he called it a threesome with a young lady, but end up coming out, those two end up having AIDS. Don't know how Mike Tyson don't got AIDS, but he basically said he had a threesome with him, a homeboy of his, and a young lady, and both of them got AIDS. Feel like that was a little bit too much, but as you can see, that answer that Mike Tyson gave, Mike Tyson feel like the way he responded to certain shit, the way he talked about certain shit, he found like his glory days is behind him. He kind of don't care. That to me is one of the crazy, because that math is just absolutely insane, or that's just the grace of God. Like literally, sometimes I think people don't be knowing like how God got you covered, and if that story is really true, and Mike Tyson don't got AIDS to this day,
both of them already died, right?
I believe that's what he said. So for him to be covered like that, like nigga, you should be like, you shouldn't even be boxing no more. You should be in a pro pit somewhere preaching and being a goddamn pastor. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, that one was absolutely crazy. But again, shout outs to Mike Tyson for just being Mike Tyson, though. That's a wild story. Like, could you imagine just think about that real quick? Just take 2 seconds and really think about you sitting here saying you had a threesome with somebody and then you end up finding out the 2 people you had a threesome with end up catching AIDS. Bro, do you know how crazy your anxiety would be going through the roof? Wait until the next time you go to get a fuck. One, for how fast you would rush to go get an STD, go get checked out, and make sure and go get all your blood work and stuff done. But though, do you know how much you will be panicking back and forth and damn near giving yourself a heart attack to be thinking about, like, though, you will be praying to every God. Like, you know how people be praying when they get drunk and be like, God, oh my God, I'll never drink again if you let me make it home safely. Oh, like one of them type of prayers, though, I probably would sit here and be praying to God, like, I would never have sex again. I would never look at another piece of pussy, God, if you allow me to get through this without no AIDS. Because, bro, that shit would have me terrified. Imagine if the threesome was fire. You go around telling everybody, oh yeah, you know, me and Tasha went crazy in the bed. Da, 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 da. And then somebody come back, you know, Tasha, did you told me you and your man did the thing with? Man, you know she got AIDS, right? And you're gonna, though, your dick will drop to the bottom of your foot. You will be walking on your dick doing a goddamn marathon. Oh my God, oh, shout out to Mike Tyson. Because that story, when I read that, I was like, bro, oh my God, do you know how scared I would be? Like, dude, just think about that for a second. Like, what would go through y'all mind if y'all sit here and say just randomly when you was young in your 20s, you had a freak off, and you sit here and figure out the people you was in a freak off with had AIDS? Like, what would be your first train of thought? What would you do? Like, literally the first, soon as you found out 2 of those people in that situation with you got AIDS?
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna go to the doctor. I'm gonna cry. And I'm gonna go.
Would you tell somebody, or you would just
no? Why would I tell? I'm gonna go to.
Because nobody even knew y'all
checked
did
out. Would I tell the person, like, if I'm with somebody, I'm gonna go get checked out?
You get checked out first before you tell somebody?
Yeah.
But would you go get checked out? No, like if you saying this happened 20 years ago, this happened in the past.
I mean, I don't know when he figured out. I don't know when he figured out that those.
That's what I'm
people
saying. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we just got finished doing this last week, then hell, but we talking about it was 20 years ago.
And then you'd already been checked out 20 times since then.
Yeah, I don't know if I think you dodged a bullet.
Checked out 20 times.
No, but that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if I found out that they had it right, like this week, I just found out that they had it. We did this last month. Then yeah, I'm going. But if you telling me this was 20 years ago, and I just saw you, and you say, oh, you know, such and such, yeah, you know, he died of AIDS. What? Now, would you be? Oh shit! Because you don't know when they got it, right?
Crazy.
You don't know when they got it, but I still want to go. If I know I was with them, I'm still gonna get checked out. Why wouldn't I? I don't care if it was 20 years ago. Because if you want to be honest, how often do people get tested?
That was about to be my next question.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know what would be more alarming. I think it'd be more alarming if we just sit here we just did something.
It's alarming either way for me.
If it's 20 years ago, I may not be as scared, but I get what you're saying. Like, how many people honestly really get checked out? How often? But if it's 20 years ago, even we talking about being checked out 20 times, I'm sure for most men, that's capping. That's the extreme. Like, I ain't about to sit here and sit on this fucking mic and sit here and act like the whole entire 20 years you done went and got checked out every year like you supposed to. But at least out of that 20, you done been checked out at least 8 times. Out of the last 20 years, you done at least had 8 checkups. Just off the strength of, one, a broad probably pressing you out, and there's some pussy you gigging for, and she make you go get tested. And for most niggas, that didn't happen to you at least once. Because it's going to be always that one bitch who's going to be super stern and be like, nigga, we ain't fucking this here. You show me them papers. So so that one girl off the rip already made you go get checked out. So that's gonna be one out of them fucking last 20 years. And then hopefully if you just the older you get, you gotta just go get all your blood work done just for other stuff. You just kind of realistically, you should definitely got your situation checked out. Definitely at least got
Speaking
your blood
of getting
work
checked out, has old boy talked since?
Hell no. And if you just wouldn't say nothing, I would have completely forgot about it. It kind of ran across my mind for like 2 seconds, but hell no, that nigga ain't been back online. I ain't saying went to look for him neither, but he ain't been back online. Oh my God, dog. Do you know that lady that we played the clip of maybe, 3 weeks ago? That old lady who she actually really pregnant?
That's what it looked like.
So for people who don't remember, I don't know if y'all remember, we played the clip maybe like 3
When the
weeks
dude
ago.
was denying it, right?
Yeah. So it was two old people. I believe they like 65 years old. And of course, it was like a thing. It was on TikTok. But of course, like most things on TikTok, people don't believe them. Don't take it at face value. I know I don't. Because there be so much shit on TikTok. And I be feeling like people just say and do
your
anything.
ass talking about something, we be dead soon anyway. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, nigga, we 65. Both of us,
we
we close to, nigga, no, let's be clear. If you having a kid at 65, even if you make it 20 years till your kid is 20, though, you talking about, okay, cool, I make it till you 20, I'm gonna be fucking 85. No, like we still to the door. Like, nigga, it don't, like, I hear you, but and you closer to the door than you are anywhere else. But I'm gonna play this clip of this lady because this was crazy.
I can't believe my mom is pregnant at 64.
So how you feel about being a mom again?
It's unbelievable.
I cannot believe it. Like, what are you thinking right now?
What am I gonna do?
Like, you are literally pregnant. 8 weeks?
I am too old for that.
Oh my gosh. What if it's
What
twins?
am I gonna do? I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to tell you. So I guess those little weekend visits turn into a 9-month pregnancy. So what are you going to do? That's a good question. What am I going to do? Because who's going to be keeping this baby?
Y'all is.
Who's going to watch the baby?
Y'all.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy, y'all.
Right on over to y'all house.
And then what you going to do?
I'm gonna be gone.
Doing what? Working on another one?
Bro, you know how crazy that is, bro? She really look old. Like, she look like she don't even got no teeth in her mouth. Like, though, I don't think people just know how crazy that really sound. Like, they really have a fucking kid, get somebody pregnant at 64. And then what would be worse, of course, if this was a young nigga fucking her. But of course, I mean, on that phone call, it sounded like it was just another old man. So, I mean, I guess realistically, it is what it is with that situation. But I'm not gonna lie to you. That is a crazy one. And then, of course, another story that was kind of going viral, which to me kind of was just like a duh type of story where it shouldn't have been like, oh my God, this is a viral situation. But it was rumors that Diddy has basically been running the jail, whatever jail he in. He been paying for people commissary. He been basically in the jail having it his way because he been looking out for all the other inmates. Bro, let's be clear. I mean, Diddy is whatever you want to call him and whatever box you want to put him, but Diddy is still rich in a regular jail with regular niggas. Like, he ain't in the jail with like Big Meech or some other like top known drug dealers. Like, he's in a local prison with real live, just local ass New York criminals. So I'm sure Diddy is the richest person in that jail. So of course he can look out and run a jail. That's what niggas with money do when they get to jail. When the big time drug dealers, and Diddy money is longer than a big time drug dealer. So when Diddy get in the jail, of course, what you expect for him to do? He gonna run the town. I'm gonna put some bread on your books. I'm gonna help pay for your lawyer. Of course, why I'm gonna make my stay as comfortable as I possibly can. Why would you like sometimes when I see certain stories, I'd be like, bro, why is this who is this? Like, oh my God, this is really how he's living? Like, duh, what else did you expect for that nigga to do? You thought he was gonna go to jail and bitch up and be some type of whore? Like, nigga, he's still Diddy and he's still rich. Like, nigga, money still rules the world. This whole entire episode I done played endless clips talking about what people will do and how they will fold up behind their principles and morals as long as that money is ringing. As long as that cash hitting, niggas is gonna do anything. So I'm not surprised that Diddy is real live holding the jail over, I guess. But one of the clips that kind of had people looking at Of course, Meek Mills can't never help himself. Meek Mills cannot help but keep himself on social media. He can't keep himself out of a little bit of social media controversy. So Meek Mills was roaming the New York streets, and Meek Mills had a moment where he basically screamed out, no Diddy. And so people, of course, felt some type of way, and Diddy's kids felt some type of way. So basically he was like, y'all know me, I'm Meek Mills in the streets, real live, no Diddy gang, blah, blah, blah. And some of Diddy kids was mad. They was in the comment section on the Shade Room and they was upset. But I mean, it's Meek. And it's just like, social media kind of runs Meek Mill. What Meek Mill see on his timeline and his mentions will get the best of him. I don't necessarily know if he should be mad or I don't know. I don't even know how you judge it. I mean, to me, only thing I would see and say for Diddy kids, you got to have the same energy for Meek Mills that y'all had for Ray J. I know 9 times out of 10, most people, the wholeness out of niggas, they got picks. And niggas ain't going to have that same energy for Meek like they had for fucking Ray J, because the type of niggas that Meek gonna run with is completely different from the type of niggas that Ray J gonna run with.
Shit, I thought Ray J would be kind of worse than Meek.
Nah, Meek, I like the niggas that kind of run with Meek is kind of them niggas that kind of only with Meek because they always feel like they gotta prove themselves. I don't necessarily, but just from, I don't know if them the same people he run with, but just like when Meek was outside and he was really Meek Mills was running around with a lot of crash test dummy type of niggas. In other news, basically it is a cruise that basically sit here and said for Donald Trump's 4 years, you can get on this cruise the entire 4 years. I don't know how that's going to work. And I feel like if you got enough money that you can get on a cruise for 4 years, I don't think that Donald Trump presidency is going to and fuck your life up that much. Like if you can afford to get on a cruise for 4 years, that mean like how you gonna work? Like so that means you really don't gotta work.
You might be able to remote work
on a cruise.
Yeah, they got cruises. They got schools that are on cruises. Like you go away like you do your semester on the cruise.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's what's the name I seen? It's like I don't know if it's a university or whatever, but yeah, they do a semester on a cruise.
You think you can live on a cruise for 4 years though? I never been on a cruise, so you've been on one before, so that's why I'm asking.
For 4 years? Yeah, I probably could.
Would you have to be on there with your significant other? You could just like raw life it, just like.
Well, I think it all depends. So I'm gonna ask you this question because I when I first seen it, I said something to Eric about it. Would you allow your significant other to work there?
For what? For 4 years by themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck no.
But if the pay is good,
man, I don't give a fuck. Hell no, nigga. She could be fucking somebody on that cruise, like nigga. What
but
we
no, but I
about?
still like you still can. If they come home, like let's say, or you can fly out. You can fly out there. You can come on the boat for a month or whatever the case may be. You would say no, you can't.
Oh
take
no. If you could do that, like I said, I didn't know how.
Even like on cruise ships, they have like. So let's say it's like a hotel, like you got different shifts. So okay, like you got the morning shift, then all right, you sleeping in your you got a cabin.
Right, but how would I get on for 4 years? So what you saying, like when they go to like
you go
different
when you go. I'm pretty sure it's not just gonna sit at sea, but when you go to different places, you can come on board.
I guess it just realistically would just depend on how often I can get on the cruise ship. Like if you sit here
because
saying,
I said this. Well, what's the difference between them being in the Marines or something like that when they on the boat?
But let's be real though. Most people don't. I mean, and the sad thing is, if you ever speak to most women that's on them cruise ships, I mean, on the military jumps, they would never recommend for no other woman to do that, and they would tell you horror stories on how the men behave on those military ships. Like I know a girl, I stopped talking to her because her story was so sad. Like she was like I believe she's from Canada, and she was just like, dog, her military stories was so fucking sad, and it's kind of like your defense is like, nigga, what can you do? Like she on a jump and she like, and this kind of fucked up for me as a person, but she telling you like our stories that happened to her, like while she on the ship. And she kind of just like, no, she's there, like this is happening. She's serving and it's happening to her right then while she's like trying to like, she texting you and like, I'm just trying to survive, can't wait to get off this thing because niggas is just like they are wording me.
Yeah, that's believable,
nigga. That's fucked up.
But that's how that's how a lot of things go on.
So listen to so listen to what you just said. So why would I sign up for that and literally just walk into a relationship and say, yeah, I'm gonna be okay with my girl going to work on a fucking cruise ship, knowing God forbid how many horny niggas she gonna be on board with
that's
for
what
the next 4 years. And then that's not, we just talking about, and now you're talking about the difference between the military is, oh, this is just the people that she work with, she got to deal with. Now you're talking about on a cruise ship, you're talking about hundreds of thousands of drunk customers and people, and you talking about if you can afford to live on a boat for 4 years, you got some bread, so you're gonna be dealing with some dickhead ass people, and they get the liquor in their system, and I'm talking crazy, or they gonna keep flirting with you. Man, I don't know about that one though. That's a tough one. Like you have to be a strong-minded motherfucker to be knowing that you okay with your wife putting up with that. And then what if your girl like a flirty motherfucker, like is she a bartender and she really chasing tips and shit on her Bernice shit? Like, oh man.
So you would turn the job offer down if you got to offer the job though? I'm talking about this is your highest pay. Like, let's say you've been working the cruise ship for whatever. That's what you've been doing. Mm-hmm. But you get offered to work this cruise ship when you going away for 4 years or whatever the case may be. Because I think some of them, they might be on the ship for like a month, then you can go home. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember somebody before when we was talking about it, they were saying it's different. I guess, varies on that. Because that's just like if she was a pilot or, a flight attendant.
I mean, like I said, I think realistically, I think that's just, and what's the sad thing is, and the crazy thing is, just look on. It's this girl I follow on TikTok, and she is bad, and she is a stewardess, bro. They be single. A lot of them people that take them type of jobs, and they be like gone or for a long period of time. A lot of them motherfuckers be single, though, because that's a hard thing to kind of really balance relationships. Because let's be clear, you can be the best communicator via text. I told y'all this a million times on here. Every time I try a long distance relationship, if you are really good at communicating, that urge for that person is going to be at a higher level. Like I feel like most people can balance a long distance relationship if the person isn't a great communicator. But if the better the person is a communicator, the more you're gonna want that person in your presence, and just that talking, it ain't gonna be enough for you. Like it's so funny.
So you are a podcaster. So let's say I'm offering you, hey, I want you to be on this ship. I want you to stream from there, do everything. We're gonna set up everything. I want you to do that for a year. Are you going? And now you in a relationship, but this is your opportunity right there. They offering you this buku money and all this. Would you take that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I would, of course. That's what I'm saying. I think it just, to me, again, I think that will be that. Well, I guess realistically, because basically you're saying now that the woman realistically, because she was offered this job, she would have to be okay with being the financial provider, where it's like, all right, I'm cool. I just want my significant other to be on this cruise ship with me, so I don't have to do this 4 years by myself. I feel like I'll be a little bit more safe. Yeah, I will be the one who be realistically, you are the breadwinner. So if the woman is okay with seeing here saying, yeah, I'm gonna be the breadwinner, you just come on, bring your podcast equipment, and I'm still got to work every day, but I just want you to be here for me and just to be basically like, nigga, I'm gonna be able to come home to some dick every fucking night. So I don't, for the next 4 years, I want to keep our relationship sturdy, but I'm gonna be the breadwinner. If she's okay with that, and I mean, obviously you can't hold it over my head, we're on a fucking boat anyway. So I mean, it's cool. It is what it is. As long as you okay with it, then I'm cool with it. But I think again, that goes in just to conversation, and then that has to go with level of security in your relationship. And for a man, you have to be secure in yourself to be okay with realistically your girl bringing the breadwinner, and you on this boat off the strength of her. So I mean, you kind of at her mercy as well. But still, I mean, how much shit can you actually get in when you on a boat for 4 years? But I mean, it was something just to think about. I do want
to get a lot of shit.
I mean, I ain't never been on one, so I don't know. Yeah. But I do want to play this clip real quick of this dude from SNL, because he had a good take this about Trump and R. Kelly.
So y'all gonna let a man with 34 felonies lead the free world and be the president of the United States? That's it. I'm listening to R. Kelly again. I already do, but I'm gonna stop pretending I don't. If white people can elect their felons, I could dance to mine. So y'all gonna let a man with 34 felonies lead the free world and be the president of the United States? That's it. I'm listening to R. Kelly again. I already do, but I'm gonna stop pretending I don't. If white people can elect their felons, I could dance to mine.
He kind of got a good point. Of course, y'all know I'm not no super crazy R&B person, so that one don't that topic kind of don't move me too much. Excuse me, but. Real quick, just for, I mean, I guess this to me is not a bigger deal story, but I do think just because most people, y'all know my signature thing used to be like, oh, go listen to Bernice on the Breakfast Club, blah, 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 and y'all can see how crazy it was. So, I mean, of course, Joe Budden's podcast, and she did a Patreon episode, and then people just got to rehear Bernice again. And then there was a lot of people, of course, in the Joe Budden community was basically saying, "Oh, y'all need to put some respect on Melissa Ford because of I guess just the difference between what a beautiful woman who can actually talk and what a beautiful woman sounds like when she can't talk." So those was the two things. Oh my God, I can't believe I almost forgot about the PNB Rock shit. But I'm gonna play this clip of Bernice real quick because I told y'all my stance on Bernice a long time ago.
Was how much?
30,000
on a slow night.
on a slow night.
What was a good night?
Ooh.
What was your best night?
Yeah.
Bernice,
My
get the fuck off.
my best night was my birthday. Every year, I only bartend for 3 years. I only said 3 years I was going to be in here, start my clothing line, and I was out. Buy my house and do what I got to do, and that's what I did. And I make sure I give you the bottles for $250. The bottles cost $350.
Okay.
So what you going to, so I'm going to hustle.
Right.
You don't got to tip me. You don't got to give me the tip right there. You tip me later down the line, like throwing money. So I was smart, and I just build a relationship with the people in there.
So on your birthdays, you made a little bit more than 30.
On my birthdays,
Yeah,
I made like 60, 65, 70. Birthdays and I don't do too much. I used to be covered with a whole bodysuit on.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you.
What?
She's fucking. Respectfully, like Bernice made the worst drinks.
So the crazy thing, like I said, for a lot of people, it was just, I don't know if maybe some of y'all are a little bit too young or y'all just don't remember the Bernice interview on the Breakfast Club. And the reason why, to me, this is not just a crazy big story that you got to be, oh my God, I can't believe she made 30,000. Like I said, maybe I just taking too much content. Nigga, that's, to me, it's not a big deal because I've heard Cash Doll say the same thing. I remember with Cash Doll was like her biggest night stripping. She said her biggest night was 30,000 on her birthday. And that was one of the jumps that kind of helped her pivot and kind of really focus on her rap career. Cause like, that was like, okay, cool. I could take this with 30 bands and I can kind of just focus more on my rap career. I ain't got to keep dancing every night. But I don't think 30,000. I've seen a lot of different people from New York City kind of like standing up and taking up for her, just saying like back in the day, that form of tricking was just at a high time level. Niggas really used to trick that bread. I do want to play this clip of PNB Rock because I do remember, of course, rest in peace to PNB Rock. But I remember when he passed away, a lot of people was trying to place blame on his girlfriend at the time, and really because she, of course, that day she posted a in her Insta story. She posted her food in her Insta story, and basically people trying to blame for her posting on her Insta story was the reason why she got set up. So of course, after people pass, especially when these big name celebrities pass away, they do like those little Crime Stopping things, or the First 48, they do these little takeaways. So I do want to play this clip because they did do one of those type of shows. What was the name of the show that was on there?
Stephanie carries
called,
her
True
phone,
Crime.
but as she runs to join PNB Rock in the ambulance, LAPD officers escort her to their car. Stephanie is soon at headquarters answering questions.
Just want to know if he's awake and I don't care. Can we call the hospital to see if he's okay?
As cops work the scene, word quickly spreads. PNB Rock was dead, and the questions begin.
A murder occurred following a posting on Instagram or social media. The posting of that may have led to these individuals learning where he was at.
Social media users immediately start blaming Stephanie's geotagged Instagram post showing her meal.
It's my fault. Oh my God.
Stephanie blames herself, as seen in this police interview video hours after the murder.
Honestly, I see it was low key. It wasn't no one in there. When me posting the chicken and the waffles.
This is unfortunately happening way too often.
Just 2 years earlier, New York rapper Pop Smoke was robbed and killed in the Hollywood Hills after thieves learned his location from a social media post. Nicki Minaj posting on X, after Pop Smoke, there's no way we as rappers or our loved ones are still posting locations to our whereabouts.
Stephanie, I wouldn't sit here and blame yourself. You guys did 1, 2, that's a lot of jewelry on.
Yeah, I told him to take it off.
As Stephanie replays the tragic moments for cops, she is pleading to understand what happened to PNB.
My text messages, everybody's saying sorry for your loss. What is the media saying? Is he okay?
Nearly a minute passes.
I'm sorry.
He passed away.
He did.
you serious?
I'm dead serious. Yes. Okay.
She appears to be in shock.
I'm very sorry. Do you have people out here that's going to be by your side?
But as cops continue their questions, they soon learn from Stephanie herself someone in the restaurant that day seemed suspicious after spotting P&B's bling.
How did they know you guys were in there? Besides the posting of anything.
Felt like he got set up.
Before long, the deputy DA confirms their investigation shows P&B was set up, and Stephanie's post had nothing to do with it.
In that photograph was only the food. There wasn't an arm or jewelry or any type of wearable items, nothing valuable on the post. That could not have given enough time to orchestrate a plan.
Instead, it all started with a man named Tremont Jones.
Does anybody know who they are when they walk in?
Immediately, Tremont Jones, the gentleman who was sitting right inside the door that fist bumped P&B Rock, knew who he was. Tremont Jones loiters at the Roscoe's. That's just his hangout spot.
So I guess my question,
Standing in the doorway of Roscoe's,
one of the reasons why I wanted to play that clip was because I wanted to ask y'all because to me, waiting somewhere 40 minutes for food at like a fast food place, and it's kind of not a fast food place, but it is kind of a fast food place because it's like, I mean, I'm sure in most areas, I'm sure most people, if you don't got a Roscoe's chicken and waffles, you got a hip hop chicken and waffles, or you got hip hop fish or whatever. It's all the same thing. It's like, it ain't super. It's not of course, a 5-star restaurant, but it's not McDonald's. It's like that in between. It's almost like a carry out that you can sit in and you can eat your food. But to me, I'm not one. To just to me personally, for somebody like y'all know I like Sylvester's. I'm never going in Sylvester's ordering my food. I'm calling it when I'm 30 or 40 minutes away. Like, hey, I ordered so much from this. They already know my number in the junk. Oh, whatever you order. But guess what? That's so for my own personal safety. When I get in there, my food is already ready. I'm getting my food and I'm leaving. I'm not sitting in there eating. I'm getting my food to go. I'm never getting in there and sitting in there. So I can't even imagine for him. Just like sometimes I think that is the one thing I guess for black people we kind of do even when we talking about shopping and going into these white areas, you put your guard down. I mean, of course, rest in peace to FBG Duck. The same thing that happened to him. People, you get into some of these nicer areas and then what keep you safe in the hood, you kind of just be like, oh, you gagging. There's no way in hell to me. P&B Rock got all that fucking jewelry on and you waited 40 minutes for some chicken and waffles. Bro, that makes no sense to me. Like, that is kind of crazy. And I do think, and of course, people was dragging Nicki Minaj when this video started to float around and everybody was sharing it and all the blogs started to pick it up. Niggas was dragging Nicki Minaj to hell because they was like, bro, you need to apologize to this girl. As loud as your accusal of this girl and this a verbal and a social media abuse that you gave her, you need to have that same energy and apologize to this girl on that same public platform you were trying to drag her on because she had nothing to do with it. It was a nigga who some of the places picked it up and said they worked there, or he was just like basically affiliated with a restaurant like that. He was always there, and obviously he be in it. He got enough pull in there. And the crazy thing is, I'm trying to figure out why he ain't never get put up on no charges because the father and the son both had been already been found guilty. So I ain't never heard this man name come up until now. But it's like, dog, waiting 40 minutes for chicken and waffles is fucking retarded. I ain't gonna lie, no disrespect to P&B Rock, but that shit don't make no sense. I'm not waiting 40 minutes for no chicken and waffles. That just sound crazy, bro. I would leave. You told me you got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry on and you waiting in a fucking hood spot for some chicken and waffles. Like, that just sound like a crash dummy mission. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that don't, like, y'all couldn't have been that hungry. Because if you was that hungry, I still would have left. I'm never waiting that long for nothing, dog. I'm sorry. There's no type of food I'm waiting 40 minutes. And I get it. Now, if you was at a nice restaurant, it's Valentine's Day, and again, that kind of goes to the conversation we was having when he just talked about the pop the balloon shit, and the girl was telling the nigga, like, hey, yeah, you're a nice looking dude, but it's a turn off to me that you got on all these chains for that reason, for this type of behavior. Like, I wish I was thinking at that time, could have played them two clips right behind each other, because that kind of defends her answer on why I don't want to date the dude with all the chain stuff, because it brings extra attention where realistically, and P&B Rock had a gun on him that day. But sometimes, for most people, if you don't know, this is not a movie. This is not The Matrix. This is not a Western. If a nigga got a gun drawn on you, it's over, dog. I don't care what you got on you. If he already got the ups on you and he already got it drawn on you, what you gonna do? It's nothing you can do. And especially if you sitting down at a goddamn jump. Like it's over. So again, like I said, rest in peace to PNB Rock, but I do think people should definitely, your apologies should be just as loud as y'all's critique was of this young woman. Well, I guess why we kind of here with the
how much you hold academics words on face, you hold it on face value? Would you be reporting?
I think it depends on what it is.
If this is true, they said Beyonce gonna be performing at halftime on Christmas Day.
At which show?
The Ravens and Texans. That's the second game.
That may be true.
Yeah.
Because who performing or the who performing?
So they definitely gonna break that record.
Damn, if that's damn, Netflix
they definitely gonna break that record.
Damn, is that Netflix kind of fucking the Super Bowl over?
No, not really. Because I mean, it's not like you about to have a halftime like that. You probably, like I said, she performing or whatever. This your first time doing it. Because see, this.
Nigga, that's on Netflix account. What you mean, academics? You ain't
No, I'm saying no. Because I ain't seen nobody else post it yet. That's why I was just asking.
Oh, for shit like that, I'll take his word for it.
Yeah, I haven't seen nobody else post it. That's why I was.
Oh yeah, for something like that, yeah, I'll take his word for that. Yeah, well, I mean, damn, shout out to Netflix. God damn, you ain't think they could top the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson would knock yourself? Oh, and that's on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Netflix. Y'all better get your browser or your whatever the fuck going on. Y'all better get that together quick and fast. Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, nigga. That is nigga.
Yeah, because that's not stepping on the Super Bowl. That's putting more money because I mean, who runs Rock Nation? Who's running?
Of course, that's Jay-Z, but that for Netflix. Damn, I'm trying to remember who else was supposed to be performing. I think this was the Thanksgiving Joe. I just heard this a million times. I'm mad that I can't even remember off the top of my head who it was. I can't remember. But anyway, just real quick, just another story. I do want to play. Matter of fact, let me play this clip real quick of this little clip, John, of this 16-year-old.
Imprisonment in the Department of Corrections. With regard to the other two defendants, Mr. Cotman and Mr. Coleman, the court imposes a 5-year sentence on each weapons charge to run consecutive to all other sentences imposed in the case. With regard to the aggravated assaults, the gang charges, the criminal damage to property charges as to both defendants, it will be the sentence of the court that each defendant receives a sentence of 20 years imprisonment, and those sentences will run consecutive to each other and consecutive to the 5-year sentences, with this exception. To the extent that each defendant was convicted of aggravated assault as to a named victim and a gang charge as to a named victim, those sentences will run concurrently. So the net effect of the court sentences, as I do the math, is the court imposes a sentence of 320 years imprisonment as to Kingston Cotman and 320 years imprisonment as to Timothy Coleman. That's the judgment of the court. This matter is adjourned.
So for people who don't know what that was two young men that was sentenced to 320 years in prison for shooting up a Sweet 16 birthday party. Dog, and shout outs to the people who was in. I'm sure that was the families of people who were at that birthday party. Dog, 320 years, bro. You might as well off yourself as soon as you go back to the jump. Ain't no like which. I don't even give a fuck if you wait 50 years and try to go back up to parole, bro. It's over, dog. You can hang it up. It's a dub for you. Nigga, you could just rock yourself to bed, figure it out. I don't know how you want to get it over with, but whenever you get back to your cell, just figure that shit out. And that was kind of one of the things, I think, when we had the conversation, I believe when we was talking about the gentleman who got sentenced to the death penalty. I think, matter of fact, when we was talking about the Menendez brothers, like sometimes when you get these type of crazy sentences, if I'm the inmate, like, bro, just get me out of here. Like I don't want to sit in jail for 320 years. You're not gonna make it that far. Let's be clear. But still, like, bro, just give me the death penalty and get it like this week. Like, maybe okay, you want to linger it for a month or two, but bro, I'm not trying to sit in here and like 320 years, nigga. It is over. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Any y'all dudes who watch this, bro, you get 320 years, you might as well turn to an F-bomb. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know what to tell you. You better sit here try to figure out if you can get yourself go get you some surgery, get you some ass and titties, and enjoy life. Because nigga, it's over for you, dog. It ain't nothing else you can do. I don't even know what to tell you. Like that will be my only other recommendation for you. Like nigga, if you get sentenced to 320 years, you might as well figure it out and try to get your cheeks pounded out. I'm sorry.
Announce the filing of our $100 million lawsuit against the United States government, the FBI, the CIA, and the NYPD, who we believe all conspired to assassinate Malcolm X over the last 3 years. Every day, every week, every month, we have been unearthing new evidence, evidence of people never having spoken before about what they witnessed during those turbulent times in the night.
Real quick, I'm not gonna lie to you. If y'all listen to the Breakfast Club enough, or you listen to this show enough, y'all know when you hear that voice, there's attorney Benjamin Crump, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all know my slogan for him. He's an ambulance chaser, dog. I don't care how, ain't no other way you can kind of dress that up. For somebody chasing for $100 million, and I don't mean this no disrespect to the Malcolm X family, but for you to sit here and say you're trying to sue the U.S. government for $100 million, to me that just screams ambulance chaser. And I don't even think realistically, I'm sure the U.S. government got enough bread. They could take this to the door, and you're never going to win this case. So even to try to file a lawsuit like that is like, and I'm sure you can't never tell somebody to get over it, but it just seems like that just seems outlandish and outrageous. Like, bro, $100 million. Like, what? Can we be serious? Just in other, I guess, entertainment news, a story to kind of course, I'm sure most people probably seen the video of Offset getting into a physical altercation while he was in London. I believe the story is basically sitting here saying that an artist paid him for a feature in a video, and Offset showed up to the video late, and the energy that he gave in the video was lackluster. So the dude wanted some of his bread back, and Offset wasn't rocking. So in the set of Offset not rocking, and this would be for my friendly reminder to tell all the men listening to this, y'all know my favorite slogan: do a couple hundred push-ups a day, my G. Because just Offset looking at those other gentlemen, like even looking at his man, they look so frail and so small. Like the dudes, like them rappers, them UK niggas was in some good shape. Like them, for them niggas to be rappers, they was kind of the same size as the security guard. And they was kind of having their way with Offset Man. I felt bad for Offset Man because he was getting dogged. Offset got a couple of little licks in or whatever the case may be, but Offset security guard did a great job. He kept Offset from getting his ass beat. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I would be, if I'm Offset Man, I'm not gonna lie to you, I would feel some type of way because y'all let me get the shit beat out of me. Y'all kept trying to hold Offset back and protect him. Like, nigga, but I'm still his man, and we gotta still get back on this flight together, and he got his ass whooped. And let's be clear, Offset fake like he wanted some bump. I mean, he tried, but I do just like the security. I don't know if the security guards did a great job at keeping Offset away, or Offset did a great job allowing the security to keep him away. Because it was like I said, he got a kick in, maybe a couple of kicks in, but it was just like, yeah, I would just highly recommend Offset. You should just get your push-up game on, dog. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, that one was kind of crazy. You just do your push-ups, because that situation could have got rough, and I think you kind of look at it for, especially for most rappers, if you traveling somewhere where you know for a fact you can't have no gun, and that kind of go back to the conversation I was having earlier about even just the young boy who got put in the hospital. I think even just we so focused on money, like as even a man, like you should want to be able to defend yourself physically, where if you got to go somewhere, especially in those countries where they don't have no guns and you can't bring no guns and you flying, especially if you're a rapper, entertainer, anybody, like you should literally be as least physically as a man, especially if you are 25 and older. You should want to be able to feel like I physically can hold my own wherever I am. Not saying that you can beat everybody, but you physically want to be able to hold your own. At least if you take an L, you want the other nigga to feel that L. You want to be able to brawl like them two fucking women was on Netflix. Like you want to be able to put up that type of fight. I ain't saying you got to win every fight, but you still want to be able to defend yourself. Like Offset Man couldn't defend himself. Offset Man was out there looking like a fucking fish fillet dinner. Like that nigga was looking super sweet. He got his ass beat. And that's just my point, because you nigga, you look cool, you got your designer shit on, but nigga, you can't square up as a man, bro. You ain't a man. You just a bitch in designer clothes. I don't give a fuck how you want to dress that shit up. And some of y'all niggas be needing that reality. Like niggas be wanting you feel like you that, and you I'm pushing P, I'm P. Nigga, you was getting P. Yeah, piece the fuck up. 2 P's in a fucking pot. Them niggas was punching your shit the fuck out. Like you look crazy. His man was just standing there, gang, gang, gang. Like, nah, man, nigga, you all right, man, dog. You supposed to stand up when you piss. You supposed to be able to defend yourself, nigga. Go do some fucking push-ups. Like, y'all niggas is crazy. Like, I don't be like, that's why I swear I'm gonna stand firmly and recommend niggas need to go to the gym so you can be around other men and feel like what testosterone feel like and why you need some.
Yes, sir. It's going to the. Give me the money now.
What?
Thank you. Put it in my hands because it's going to the police.
The police.
It's going to the police.
Police.
Yes, sir. It's going to the police. Tell me exactly where you got it from.
We gonna go to
Tell me where you got it.
Time,
Who is we? I'm the one turning it in. No, we not. I'm not going to jail. Tell me where you got the money from.
I'm not saying nothing, bro. Get my bread. Bro.
You better stop touching me, little boy. I'm not gonna play with you.
Bro.
So tell me where you got it from. Tell me where you got $100,000 from. Where did that 18-year-old boy get $100,000 from?
Why is you in my room early as hell tweaking for what?
Because I'm finna turn this money into the police.
For what?
You're going what? What do you mean for what? Tell me where. Like I said, I'm not going to jail. When you tell me exactly where you got it from, you'll be okay, Mackenzie.
Oh, I'm saying I got it from you.
You did it, Mackenzie. Go sit in the kitchen with that baby. No, it's going to the police. I'm not playing. No, I'm not getting you. You better stop. Don't,
bro.
Well, we what? I'm done. You're good. We're not gonna be fucked up because I'm still gonna go to work like I've been doing. Like I said, it's going to the police. So tell me where it came from. Tell me where it came from. Tell me where it came from. Tell me where it came from, or it's going to the police. Tell me where it came from, or it's going to the police.
I'm only 18, folks.
All right, so for people, I mean, if you can't pick up on the accents, and I mean, for most people, you should be able to by this time. That is a Chicago mom with an 18-year-old son, of course. So we got 2 parents in the room. All right, my question for y'all is, what would you do if you found $100,000 in your 18-year-old child's room?
I'm asking where it came from. What you doing with this type of money? Like, if you doing illegal shit, you're going to have to get out. I'm not going to report you or nothing like that, but you're going to take this money, you're going to get out.
So you think she was out of pocket for saying she was going to turn it into the police?
No,
Hell no, because you're going to get in trouble if they came in and kicking the door anyway.
What you mean?
Like, if you didn't know where he got the money from or what he doing with it, and the police or somebody came in and kicking that door, your ass going down with him.
So you telling me you're turning 100,000 too?
Would I turn it in?
Yeah.
I got to find out where you got it from.
What's say?
I gotta find out where you got it from.
Okay,
because that's just like we take it back to the Shy when what's my boy that was playing the games and he won that from that tournament playing the video games. What's boy name?
Kevin.
Yeah. When he won that money from the planet, like he could have won it that way. So that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't just fly off the handle like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, like, but I would want to know where that money comes from. And if you tell me, oh, don't worry about it, then nah, you gotta either the money go or you go. Which one?
Well, both of y'all go.
Oh yeah, y'all. That's why I know I ain't got kids yet. Y'all better parents than me. I probably I'm gonna keep it a buck. For one, if you got an 18-year-old, I'm sure you probably still a younger parent. I'm gonna clean. I'm taking 50, and if you don't want to tell me where you got it from, I'm taking 50 there. Go ahead, figure it out. Because because this is my thing. Like, and this is the shit my mother and father used to say with me, especially my mother. I'm washing my hands with you, right, bro? Yes, your kid. Yeah, even if you kick your kid out, you never really washing your hand with your kid. Like, you maybe just want to wash your hands with their bullshit. You don't want to feel like you want to hold that over your head, but that ain't you never really gonna be so. Like, all right, cool. If you're gonna be out here doing wild
but some
shit,
parents do.
Yeah, some parents may, but I don't. I think a lot of times that should be bullshit. And if your kid out here where he can figure out a way to make 100 bands or come up off 100 bands, your kid is knee deep into some shit. So you might as well take 50 and at least keep the 54 if the motherfucker end up getting killed. You got to fucking bury this little bastard. Because nigga, if he 18 and he found a way to get 100,000 cash and that shit was in 20s, come on, dog. For my time and suffering, nigga, I'm taking 50. I might take 60. Tend to bury your little ass because it's gonna happen. God forbid, but I mean, just knock on wood, like shit. Just to count. Okay, I'm taking 60, nigga. You keep your 40 and you figure it out. And if you come back in this motherfucker, and if you that laxical, daisical with your bread that I could have found it, and you wasn't smart enough to hide it. If I see it again, I'm gonna take the whole 100, and I ain't even gonna say nothing. You gonna have to figure out what happened to it. And you put your hands on me if you want, I'm gonna call the police on you. Because he kind of knew, like, nigga, you ain't about to call the police. You don't want and the fucked up thing about it is And this gonna sound fucked up. That's a single mom. You raising an 18-year-old boy. The niggas you probably fucking ain't got 100,000. So you really don't want to get his 100 racks up. You ain't want to. You really want to turn this 100,000 into the fucking. Let's be serious. 100,000 cold cash. You go to work every day. This is tax-free money.
But I think it all comes with the consequence. You talking about if you got this 100,000, who else looking for this 100? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I don't know, and you don't know. What if ain't nobody else looking for it? I don't know because I don't know how he got it.
That's why I said I gotta ask some questions. I ain't about you gotta
because listen to what you're saying. Let's just sit here and say if you turned it in and you call the police and let's just sit here and say he robbed a big time drug dealer, right? And you turn it into the police. Guess that big time drug dealer still looking for that $100,000.
Yeah.
So now you didn't turn this money. You trying to be a good Samaritan. You turned this 100,000 into the police. You didn't got your son in trouble. But now the nigga he took this 100 bands from still want his 100 bands. He can't go back to the police and get his 100,000.
But then that's
he
when
had that 100,000.
Well, then you should have came clean when I first asked you where this come from and how you get this money.
So cool. So let's reverse it. Let's just sit here and say your kid be like, all right, I got the $100,000. I robbed somebody. I robbed a big time drug dealer for it. I ain't robbed him. Matter of fact, I broke into a trap house. Now what?
Oh, we getting the fuck up out of here then.
What you mean? We getting out of where?
We getting up out of here. You said you stole it from somebody, so they had money. You can't just stay there because I'm pretty sure he know where you at, right?
How he know? I trap. He wasn't there. I broke in the house. He was gone. He wasn't there. Nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
He broke into the trap house.
No, it ain't like you just walking around. You saw a trap house. Like, hey, let me just. You knew you.
Yeah, I did my homework.
You cased it. So
yeah,
that's what. So now that's what I'm saying. I want to know like how are you attached to this person? Do he know where you live at? Do he know? Is he gonna come looking for his money?
No, he don't know. How he don't know? Nobody don't know. I did it by myself.
We still gonna move.
So now we move. Now you fuck the 100. Now you done just wasted 100,000.
No, I didn't waste 100,000. You still got the 100,000. You just got to you going to use that money for us to get out the fuck out of here because you don't know if he coming back looking for that money, right?
I mean, you don't, but that's just. I mean, I guess I don't know what to tell you. I wanted to just play that clip to kind of figure out where y'all was at with it. Just the other news real quick before we get out of here. I do want to say shout outs to Corday, and I do think Corday, that project to me has moved in, of course, into my top 5 albums of the year. When I sit here and say if you want to hear what old Kanye West sound like this literally sound like if Kanye West dropped his college dropout or late registration, one of those type of Kanye West type of projects in 2024. Like, and y'all know for a fact, if you listen to this show, if you've seen enough of my clips on YouTube, or I don't even talk about this type of music. This is not even in my wheelhouse. And I don't even know what just made me just be like, let me give Corday a chance. Like, I ain't seen no interview. He ain't done no press run or nothing, but I just randomly like, hey, let me just listen to it. And I literally, the intro was just, it was just the intro. It wasn't nothing crazy, but I literally went to the very first song, first song that got my attention. And I was like, oh, this shit, yeah, it was 06 Dream. 06 Dream. And nigga, he had this ball 06 Dream where he sit here and said, what this nigga say? He said, my mom was trying to get, my mom was on Making It a Band. Yeah, y'all remember that? She said, y'all remember that episode where Diddy made them smiles. Now look how that played out and worked out. Or look how it worked out. 6 Miles doing a workouts. I was like, oh, this nigga just, I swear to God, I'm not gonna lie. Corday was, and this is my thing real quick, and I do want to have this honest conversation with Corday, not with just with Corday. I want to say with Wale, to be honest, because I do feel like, and this is, I think, one of the worst things as a DMV, what we do, because we don't as a city, and it's just, I guess you kind of can sit here and say hatred is ignorant nigger shit, because we're champion Shy Glizzy and Fat Trail, and that's not no diss to them, but it's kind of a diss to them because both of them niggas' careers is kind of and the niggas who realistically are really successful and we probably should be championing more is the Cordays, it's the IDKs, it's the Gold Links, it is the Wales, it is the Rico Nasties, it is the Logics. We talking about the people who maybe they don't claim a hood, so that's why people aren't as attached to them like they are a Shy Glizzy or a Fat Trail. But if we being honest, these are the niggas who realistically have the most successful careers, where they are something that you should be proud and be happy to be like, oh, damn, these niggas is from my area. Even Corday, he had like a little Bennett Road bar, like some little, I forgot what he said, something about Bennett Road, you shouldn't go to that 7-Eleven wearing the little designer clothes. Like, he had some little lines where if you listening, he's still rapping the area, and he even had some other, I forgot what other little DMV lines he had, but those should realistically should be the people that we are champion. And the reason why I wanted to bring Wale into this is because,
that's why I think that conversation comes to what you really glorify, because